What's up, everybody? Good morning. What's up, friends? Got our usual Thursday gambit of data, jobless claims, initial, continuous, PPIs coming out. Ooh, market's moving a little bit. Gapped up, sold off, traded up, back to where it started. Oh my goodness. Gotta love this amazing market. Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Gotta do the usual, fix the part. See, this is like my usual routine. My side mirror here. Looking how good. I need to shave, though. It's been a little bit. Good morning. Watch You Talk. Trader for Sean, Powder Chan, Simon, he plans here, Ransom, DJ Boat, reminding you guys to hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's up, Annie? What's up, James, Little Blue? Killian Beavis, Cody, Manga Forever, Morrissey, Chase Al, Mark, and Jaden, the early birds. Top Marines, Eric. What's up, Frank? All right. I made a tweet yesterday. It said the following. It says, tonight we rally. I was just praying to the market gods here. I said the emo market, remember I said the other day, emo market's sitting in its bedroom, listening to My Chemical Romance and journaling about its feelings, having a bad time. Finally has survived the following. Tariffs for people, tariffs back at us, tons of crazy executive orders, like all over the place, deporting all of our farmers, egg shortages, FOMC rate cuts going from like 3 or 4 down to 2. Moving the next rate cut likely to December, and CPI going up, and the market just hasn't died. Just hasn't died. It's not dying. There's so many people out there. The market's gonna die. It's gonna die. You guys are right. You can't see. I'm gonna put the mic like this. Now you can see the beautiful rocket scooter sign. That's what it is. The mic is like up and down. This is why you guys sometimes can't hear me. I remember a long time ago, I did my mic this way and it was so much easier. That is a million times better. And now I don't have to okay, now it's always here. All right, this is better. Yeah, the market has survived all of this and is still okay. Something to be said with that. The market's just sensitive because the VVIX is high and the VIX is above triple B. We talk about that all the time. But yeah, we've survived so much. The market's still not going down. The market is chopping around for the last 2 months. This is nonsensical up and down. And it's still surviving. It's still finding lower highs. It's still consolidating low. And either it's going to sit here flat like this and then die for whatever reason, or it's going to continue to go up on that breakout. I like to err to the side the market likes to stay bullish as long as all the data looks bullish. And yesterday, everything looked pretty good, despite the stocks falling into illiquidity pockets, right? And that DD ratio drop in less than half. And that weird thing we talked about in yesterday's class. It's probably a short-lived thing. There is no, the interesting thing about it, look over last week, there is no change in VIX. It's like practically the same. There's just no volatility. I don't know. It's weird that it's just holding flat and not decaying. This is something to take note of. But you also see that in a nice strong bull market too. This is leading up before the Fed crash. So, there is no volatility. VIX has just been in perpetual decay, since the last big crash 2 Fridays ago. So I don't know. I really think we're okay. So we'll see. But anyways, looks like we have news here moving the market. This is called, as we talk about in all of our classes, this is an event, right? We're going to mark up the event, these are good practice for you guys to come through and do your IRLs, right? We look for that first little move. There she is. And we find the volatility expand decay, which is there. That's it. Nice and easy. Okay. Let's do it on the S&P. One of the best tricks you can to find reversal pivots. The S&P is easier to see. You start right there. Bounce off of MHP, just FYI. And then that's about it right there. Okay, boom. And these are going to give you what's called, we call them impact lines. Illiquidity pivot is that official name for them, or people call them red lines. So you do impact, drag up the other for the run length. You create 2 for every event. One is the imbalance for the day. One is the imbalance on the initial event. So, y'all know this trick on Thinkorswim? If you click something and hit, I'm sorry, y'all can't see what I'm doing. If y'all click something and hit spacebar, it makes a copy. Did y'all ever know that? Tell me that I spent 10 years of my trading career not knowing you could do that. Right click, create copy. You just hit the spacebar. Let me double check out my dynamics in the right place. What's up, guys? Hit the like button while you're waiting around. We appreciate y'all being here with us every single morning. Best trading stream you'll ever see. We're easily in the top 10, okay? Easily in the top 10. But my mom says we're the best, and that's all that matters. Good morning. What's up, everyone else that showed up? Rob, Eric, Annie again, Zach, Itai Stereo, Ian, Shannon Lewis, what man? Scrump, and Lucas. Matt, thank you for your time. I think your stream really teaches people how to be patient, look for good setups. The stream offers a lot of new traders, a lot to new traders, and should. Looking forward to joining the class. Scrump, appreciate it, man. Thank you. We tend to just not make this stream about me making money. See, like, here's the thing. This stream is more about me teaching you how I make money, or how I lose money, or how I do anything. It's all about sharing information. Like, if I'm going to watch somebody, it's one, okay, so there's 2 things you can do in the morning. When I started trading, it was the same thing. I remember in 2010, when that's why my hair's being all funky today. I fell asleep on the couch. My awesome new couch that I have. I literally fell asleep on it. And watching TV. You know IDOC's out of town, right? So I was watching TV, fell asleep on the couch. I have a heated Snuggie. Y'all know Snuggies, right? So great. Every man, woman, and child in this world needs to invest in a heated Snuggie. It's a blanket with sleeves. It's hot. Heat your feet. And every time I just wrap up in it, I literally just fall asleep. It's amazing. If I'm in a car wreck and I'm on my last breath and I'm in the hospital and they're trying to revive me, I'll be like, send somebody over to get the Snuggie. I need this as my last moments. How good it is. You literally fall asleep, you just drift off, and it's so peaceful. Anyways, I fell asleep, so my hair's all crazy. There's 2 reasons to watch them. So in 2010, when I got laid off from my engineering job, right? Because at the financial crisis, everyone gets laid off, around the world. I got the axe, being the youngest guy at the plant. They'll let like half the people go, and I got axed for seniority basis. So they let the newer folks go and kept the more senior people there. And so I got laid off and I got into trading, right? I was already kind of doing charting with commodities, heavy, metals and things were interesting to me as I was learning how to price metals. I was working as a catalytic engineer at Dow. I start trading in 2010, and my first thought was like, oh man, I'm gonna trade. All right, let me get my cute little trading setup. And here's my computer. Oh, here's my laptop. Here's my coffee. I'm working for myself now. And then I get a TV mounted in the corner so the CNBC can turn on so I can really feel like a trader. I'm watching Fast Money in the mornings. I can hear them ding, 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 chatter. It's a Wall Street noise. I'm like, I'm a trader now. Gee golly, this is all right. Like, watching something. And I realized that just the noise of other people talking about the markets, especially CNBC, nothing personal with them. None of them could trade a bottle of water to a thirsty guy in a desert. These people were fucking awful. So, at trading, they're commentators. They don't know anything about the stock market, but they're just listening to people talk about the market and enjoy the Nigerian brothers and the bald guys with the goatee and the mullet. Like, how could you be bald and have a mullet? They figured out how to do it. So, like these guys talking about all this shit they're trading, and I felt like a trader, right? Oh, I'm a trader now. Gee, Colin, hold on. Let me have a sip of my coffee. I now work for myself. Life is great. And so, you know, this is 15 years ago. And I'm sitting there like, all right, listening to people. And I realized that when you listen to idiots talk about the market, you yourself become an idiot. You wish you could trade like Pelosi. Yeah, we all do. So the point I'm saying is that, you know, when you watch something, there's got to be some kind of value to it. And there is no value just watching somebody talk about the money they make. Like, oh, I made some money. Yeah, we bought calls yesterday in the trade room, you know. It's like there was no value to it. Like within a year, CNBC never turned on. Instead, I put it on the Music Choice channel. Remember back in the day when everybody had cable, like before Netflix was everywhere? And you'd have Music Choice. It was like one of your cable channels. It was just music. And I would play like just the indie rock station, just sit there and chill. I was like, I'm tired of hearing all these knuckleheads talk about the stock market. And so for you guys tuning in here to get a little bit of education as to like me explaining the moves I make and the patience I take and why I entered this contract, that contract, and this much is something that I'm like, man, when I was watching something, nobody did anything like that. And I was just completely wasting my time. So that's the whole reason for that story. Stereo says, you're waiting for the $100 deposit on Amped It so you can buy your live data. Okay, well, in the meantime, go to your DD table, and the DD bands are given to you without your data, and you can draw them on your chart to have them there. So the live data will print them for you and also have the DD bands alerts show up on the side. Plus, when we automate our dynamic fully, you'll get that as well. So right, what I was just saying is like, watching everybody talk about the stock market is not value to you. You might as well remove all that noise and just put on some music or quietness, whatever you like. Hearing all the people and all the chatter and like, you know, what are these people's? God, what are the names? Steve Lisi, that guy, and then what was his name? Aaron Burnett or whatever used to be on it before she moved to like the big news. It was always like the same crew of people in the morning. And Art Cashin before he passed away, you know, all those guys. And so you had like just noise. And while it felt cool and I felt like a trader, I'm like, oh, I'm like a trader now. I'm finally listening to this Wall Street stuff. I've never seen this before, but I guess this is what it's like, you know. I was even thinking like, ooh, I should get one of those things that show the tickers going across. I should get one of those things installed. That'd be so cute. I could just look at it and be like, oh, Apple's trading at 103/8. Actually, that would have been before 2003 for they decimalized the market, but even so, right? It's like, it feels like you're a trader when you're surrounding yourself with trader stuff, but you're wasting your time if you're not learning anything. So appreciate you guys joining us, tuning in here, because I spent a lot of time explaining why I do what I do instead of just, you know, I mean, I just buy and make money. I mean, it's like, you know, I do the math in my head. It's just like a thing. I mean, I'm just a genius at this, and you know, I'm just good at this, and you know, it's like that's like most people, or like, you know, they just have one thing they do really well, and then they don't really teach you or whatever. You know, it's like, so here our goal is to not be like CNBC, to not sit here and just feel the airwaves with stock market chatter, but to really like teach you how to gamble appropriately. This is what you're basically doing is you're gambling like you would playing poker is gambling. But there's a little bit of control in the world of poker, and you have odds, you have a set number of cards. It's not full RNG based gambling. You have choices you can make to affect the outcome. So with the choices you make, the thing is that the playing field is level for everybody. We're all on the same level, but you can make choices to affect the outcome, and so can everyone else. Your job is not to beat the market. Your job is to make better choices than the next person. That's your edge. And you think about it like that. You guys are like writing down little Matt Nuggets information on sticky notes, like stick to the bottom of your monitor, and sit. We all deal with the random market, but we all get choices. And to repeat, you have to just make better choices than the person you're trading against. That's where the edge lies. The edge is not in predicting the market. Nobody can do it. If anyone could predict the stock market, they would write a computer program and vacuum all the money into their pocket. You'd win every time. You beat everybody, and you would be so money hungry. You beat everybody, and you'd conquer every single market. So there were no markets left. So no one can predict this. So your journey shouldn't be to try to do that. Your journey should just be to make better betting decisions than the next person. So there you go. Good morning, Matt and everyone. What's up, QZ? What's up, Bull or Bear today, Bull? What are we in? Oh, no trades. Yeah, market hasn't opened yet. We open in 38 minutes, but I'm looking for the long side of the market. Let's talk about it today. Greater market. This is our analysis that we do every single day. We had, what was it? PPI came out this morning, right? Was that today? That was today, I believe. Greater market. I'll tell you guys, one second. The three indicators. Oops. Indicators. DD ratio. Yesterday was less than half. That's because we were in an illiquidity pocket. So I'm going to guess that was just a fluke of yesterday's information. SPY is going to definitely be above MHP. And then monthly maps is going to be on the fence. So we had probably at least one of the greater market signals are bullish. So guys, what does that make me? Y'all know the answer? What's the answer, chat? Monthly maps. We're going to be bullish today. Yeah. No way I'm going to be bearish today. Market sold off and CPI came back consolidated. I mean, it's pretty, even if it sells off, I'm just going to be looking for long trades or sitting out. Monthly maps are going to be on the fences. Yesterday, it was relatively flat for the first week, but at least 2 weeks out after expiration for February, it does clean up and get back to be nice and solid and bullish. Okay, what are these blue lines? Okay, so in futures, what the blue lines are weekly and monthly, respectively, blue and orange. Weekly hedge pressure estimates, dynamic. This is a dynamic real-time open interest model that I created to estimate where hedge pressure is going to be at the open. It turned out to actually be a fluke where we figured out overnight that these ranges that the hedge pressure could be in actually are max and min ranges that produce high volume pivots as well. As this is the only available information on Wall Street, everyone's acting upon it. And we just so happen to find minimum and maximum gamma exposure ranges overnight, which should create high volume pivots. So what that mouthful means is that I accidentally created a high volume pivot when I was just trying to create an estimate of the market. It turned out to be one of the best pivots we do have. I'm using, and this is using my real-time open interest model. This is using a max and min OI model to create hedge pressure. So the max and min create a range where the actual open interest should be somewhere in the range here. And so the idea that the max and min create predictable high volume pivots is very cool. We teach this in our class. And the reason why, after the fact, after it started showing really kick-ass high volume pivots on just these maximum ranges, then we sort of figured out why that was. But that's what this is. Essentially what they do is they're predictable high volume pivots. You can see all day long, we're pivoting off of them. Here's monthly options. This is off of the dynamic model, the real model. And with weeklies, we like to look for max and min so that we can figure out just some ranges to trade on. This is the overall bullishness for the month. So like last night, we fell to this and hung. You cannot argue with the line that was drawn on my chart yesterday at 5 p.m. Being the highest volume pivot overnight. There's some magic here, and this is why you join Rocket Scooter. You learn what we're exploiting. We pull this information from options. That's pretty neat, right? You guys all see that? That's what our platform does. The market falls right to the penny, 757. How cool is that? Those numbers are given to you in our Discord to prove that. Yesterday at 4:52 p.m., so right about 5 my time. There it is, 756.75. Oh, okay. Let me fix 756.75. I just lazily drew it there, but there it is. Pretty neat, right? So every single night, I run the bot to calculate these numbers, and then I print them here because they haven't automated it fully yet. So pretty soon they'll be automating your platform. But the way that it works is whenever the Globex opens, right? So today we open right about here. You have some cheat sheets on how this works. There's pivoting from there to there. There's pivoting from there towards there. And there's pivoting from there to there. So they're high volume pivots. These kind of scalps all day long were trades. Boom, boom. You see that? And then here was pre-market, but that's how it works. We have a cheat sheet to show you what that is. It's really cool. If you take our courses, which you guys do, you will get these cheat sheets that show you the same thing. You see how what I drew on the chart with the oranges and the blues? How the blues are just bullish pivots between them, off of them, from below you bounce to them and go. So dynamic hedge pressure is a really, really, really cool thing. All day long, it can be trading. So overnight, it's basically overnight pivots. But throughout the futures session in the overnight, we use them as the overnight trading pivots. But in the daytime, we found, as our members figured out, is that they still act and they're still hedged upon in the daytime. These maximum ranges happen to with market makers even more so. Uh, Trump says to announce tariffs at 1 p.m. on Truth Social. Well, with that being said, I'm not afraid of the market anymore. I feel like we've digested enough tariff news that the market has no patience anymore for it, or no impatience for it. People are just ready to get on with it. This market is so ready to rally. It's not even funny. Okay, let's talk about our overnight stuff. We had likely opening into a bull market in about 30 minutes. PPI came out. Let's analyze the data really quick. You had core, and then we have PPI, the month-over-month rate, and then the year-over-year. Just looking at the change. Initial jobless claims also important to help gauge a little bit of wage inflation, and continual jobless claims right here. Okay. Let's talk about the boring ones first. Initial jobless claims is your layoff indicator. So this is how many people got laid off in the last week. These are weekly releases by the Department of Labor. And if you apply for unemployment, which is what happens if you get laid off from a company that has unemployment insurance, you can file for unemployment. And if you file for unemployment, you show up in this chart here. You had to have been let go for non-performance related reasons too. If you got canned because you suck at your job, or you got caught, in the broom closet with somebody, or you're stealing markers or whatever, and you got fired for that reason, you won't qualify. You don't get unemployment for that. But here you do, and this is your layoff meter. How many people got laid off last week? You'll see some seasonality as time goes by from different things. I got kissing the boss's daughter. Yeah, stuff like that. You probably won't get you probably won't get unemployment for it. But you'll see that there's waves of this, right? And ever since the craziness of COVID, you can see there's not really much change. We've had 1, 2, 3 waves of unemployment. It's kind of been steady ever since. We had, clearly everyone gets laid off in COVID and just getting canned for the rest of the year. And in good, strong bull markets, it's kind of normal to see this less than 200,000 people per week. Even in the bull market of 2013, 2020, this was just declining to 200. So the idea that we're sitting steady at close to 200 is great. The economy has never been in peril. People have never been losing their jobs. This all stagflation is a problem. It's bullshit. The market's great. This is as low as it's ever been in my trading career, and it's stayed there. A few miniature waves of unemployment, but that's it. These people got unemployed, and then that kind of went away. So companies were just cycling through some seasonality, something else, but nothing bad, right? Continuing jobless claims are people that after week 1 are still in the unemployment insurance. I think you get it for 3 months at a time. When I was in 2010, I applied for it. When I got laid off, government gave me, I don't even remember, $400 a week or something check for those first 3 months. You had to apply every 3 or 6 months, something like that. And this is in 2010 when I got laid off my engineering job. So I was like, oh, let me file. And I didn't even know somebody was like, yeah, just go get unemployment. And everybody got laid off, so everyone knew how to do it. And then that's it. You get your money, and then you have to prove to them that you're actively interviewing for a job. Fill out these surveys every week. How many people did you call? You fill out the survey, and they're like, thank you for the survey. Here's your check, and that's it. And then basically, you'll see these are the continuing jobless claims. People are still seeking to get their job back. So here we go. This is today. And as you see, just FYI, anything less than 2 million is also good. Back in the day, in the strongest bull market that we've had post-recession, as you see, being above 2,000 was the norm for half of that, and then dropping close to about 1.7, 1.6, 1.9 before the last crash in COVID was the norm. And as you see, we're no worse off than we were in 2018. So this is normal. This isn't legions of people sitting there unemployed, not able to get a job. This is pretty normal. Now, it has been going up, but that's because or at least going up for these couple of years. But that's because after COVID, this is just skewed data from everybody not able to get a job while the government shut everything down, and then finally going back to work, and we're just normalizing back to a period of normalcy. This is just resetting the normal. So this isn't oh my God, economy is getting worse. Maybe new traders might think this, but I've been here long enough to know that this is pretty normal. Your rules of thumb, 200K for initial, 2 million for continuing. If you guys want to read these news, this news came out this morning. And what this does is if you can prove that people can't get their jobs back, or you can prove there's a hiring spree, that's going to affect wages, and that's going to affect inflation, because inflation is part of that. How much people get paid is part of the inflation equation, right? if there's inflation, people are going to need to get paid more to cover their stuff, or else they can't buy as much. If they can't buy as much, the economy slows down. If people get paid more, companies are going to have to raise prices to be able to afford to pay more. So CPI should go up. This correlates with CPI, which correlates if the Fed's going to do anything. Fed needs their inflation target at 2% before they cut the rates, and we came in at 3%. So we don't have the projections are Fed's not going to cut rates until December. This helps you project that. See, just as a quickie little icebreaker, JOLTS is the number of active jobs that are trying to be filled. And we get that number once a month. If the JOLTS are going up, it means there are jobs that are being created, or people are getting laid off from the jobs that are existing for performance reasons, and they're trying to fill it with somebody else. So if JOLTS are going up, jobs need to be filled. And so when that's going up and there's a lot of people looking for a job and a lot of jobs available, what you want to do is see the JOLTS go down, which means less available jobs, while this number goes down. When that happens, it means jobs that have been created are getting filled with people. These two things hand in hand tell you the supply and demand of the labor market. And it may not sound important to you right now, but every time Powell opens his mouth, it is literally the second thing he fucking says. Every single time. He goes, we're not in a hurry to change our policy. We're looking for our 2% inflation, blah, blah, blah. And, we're looking to make sure that the labor market is not impacted. There you go. So Powell's driving a boat. It's basically this. They want to raise rates because they want to stay in a period of quantitative tightening. And they want shit off their books. They're tired of carrying the stock market. And the stock market is at all-time highs. And the labor market is healthy. People aren't getting laid off, and we're at all-time highs. The Fed doesn't have to do anything, and they don't want to, and we're begging them to, right? So, Wall Street needs to understand that this isn't the environment the Fed's going to prop things up anymore. But they're listening to every clue they can. The Fed's not going to act. So the idea that if the Fed cuts rates too quickly, the credit market gets overstimulated. And therefore, they loan money to people, and people overspend, and companies raise money as they expand and raise their prices, they expand, and inflation goes back up. At 3%, the Fed's in no hurry to cut rates, right? They'll cut rates if they need to when it's closer to 2%, sure. But at 3%, they're not going to try to stimulate the economy further. They're trying to pull money out of the supply and lower and prevent credit bubbles from forming. I get it. Okay. So the other thing is with the JOLTS, right? If the JOLTS are going down, it means there's less available jobs. Either A, the company's firing people and closing the jobs out like an economic downturn, or they're just filling in the active jobs that need to be recruited. This fills in that picture. If JOLTS are going down and this is staying flat, then that's economic downturn. People are still unemployed, or if this is going up, downturn. If JOLTS are going down and this is going up or not changing, it means companies are eliminating jobs. Like we had 5 accountants and now we only need 3. They're not removing people from the unemployed pool to yank into those jobs for the most part. So you can use that to understand the supply and demand of labor, because that is directly proportional to how quickly the Fed's going to act. And I use this to do that. Now, all that long-winded talk is to tell you this is healthy as shit. It's not going anywhere. Less than 2 million, you're good. Nice and steady, no change. This is this morning. This, nice and steady, no change. Nothing is changing. Companies are not firing people. As a matter of fact, the JOLT suggests companies are in a job frenzy right now. They're creating jobs faster than they can hire people, which usually means that if there are 3 jobs, this is what I want you guys to understand. We're going to predict the Fed. I'm teaching you how to predict the Fed before the market starts. There's 1 job and 3 people. Then what happens is this person has the power. The person with the limited supply has the power. So this is 3 supply for labor. This is 1 supply for job. The person with the job can shop around for the lowest bidder and pay the lowest wage, which is great. However, like after COVID, if there are 3 jobs and 1 brave person to go out there during the global pandemic, I'm going to risk my life and take the job. Well, now you got 3 jobs versus 1. You can shop them against each other to get a bigger wage. And that's what happened and what caused the inflation to begin with. One of the main things besides the shortages. So in this scenario, if this is available, which is what we're kind of at now, companies are going through growth spurts and the available labor pool is not budging, which means the companies need to hire fast. Because JOLTS means you want to hire somebody within 30 days, and they're not really doing it, which means 1 available person that shows up to all these available jobs gets to shop around and get a better salary, which means inflation's likely to go up. And not saying that this is what happened, but the CPI did go up 1/10 of a point. So, or 1/10%. So if you think about it, And with the federal layoffs, should we expect jobs numbers to tick up temporarily? You would think so, right? I don't know if that's not reflected here, or they're not filing for unemployment, or do they not qualify? This I don't know. I'm sure they would qualify. But yeah, you would see that in here, but that could just be in here. You never know. But I'm expecting, that's one thing I was going to say is I'm expecting to see those federal employees show up there. And as the jolts are going up, we're about to have a whole lot of people needing jobs. So that's going to help bring inflation down for the next read. So we're just predicting the Fed. Right now, it looks like inflation can slightly go up a little bit, and the market's so emo, they don't want to hear it. Because the labor market's extremely healthy and it's very competitive. And in this environment, you can actually go shop for higher salaries. Which either A, the company raises their prices to be able to afford that, or B, the company takes a hit on their earnings, which is why the market prices inflation down a little bit, especially wage inflation. Because of that, they expect the company to take the hit. So their ERs are going to be less next quarter. All right, another data we had today, PPI, month over month. It's a change in price of goods sold by manufacturers. It's that first step of the manufacturing logistical chain. You make something, you sell it to distributors, and they sell it to retail, then you buy it. It's a leading indicator of consumer price inflation. Higher expected reach change is positive, bullish for the US dollar, blah, blah. Okay, so this thing right here, it's not abnormal to see the month over month change. So this is the rate change. As you see, it's most of the time kind of noisy, right? And in reality, you only really care about it in periods when it's like greater than 1/2. That's kind of like your key. Like when is the PPI really bad? And as you see, like in 2020, this is when it jumped above 1/2. 1/2 again is in the range of noise. This is nothing to worry about. If it goes up like 1 on the monthly read, that's a big deal. So this is normal, nothing abnormal there. This is the year-over-year PPI, so this is measuring the year-over-year change. As you see, we're right about 3.5%. And this is the regular, not the core. As you see, this is practically normal as well. There's nothing abnormal about this one. And if you want to compare, just go back to like 2013 to 2020, the last bull market. And as you see, there's these waves, right? And this is a real strong bull market. We had a strong bull market at 3, and we're at 3 again. So it's not like it's abnormal to see things crazy. But again, my rule of thumb here is anything above 4 is always like where you need to start watching out. We're hitting this peak, and we don't want it to see go much above 3.5 or 4%. We want to see this PPI low. This is just to show that the cause of inflation's upstream, right? Inflation can come from many different places. But like when you take materials, right? Like raw materials, that goes into making something. It makes a product you sell to distributor, right? Product is a manufacturing cost. There's labor associated with that. There's shipping associated with all of this. So where's the source of the inflation? That's what PPI is very important, because it shows the inflation is experienced at the producer side. So whether raw materials go up because of a shortage, or the cost of labor goes up, or whatever. That's why I'm talking about all this labor stuff today. It might sound boring to you guys, but like, it's good to understand this stuff, right? We got to learn a little bit about these lame fundamentals. I'm trying to make it fun though. All you really care about as a trader is it abnormal? Wall Street's extremely sensitive to anything right now. But 3.5, while relatively high locally, is historically not high. And that's kind of what it is right now too. The CPI being, 3 or 2.9 historically is low. But I guess in this environment, everyone's so emo and sensitive, they forgot what real inflation looks like. Oh my God, inflation is so bad. Eggs cost so much. Oh my God, my life is so hard. I'm like, really? 3%? 3%? You're kidding me? Ask your parents about inflation when they were your age. Look, I'm going to tell you something. The market is so short-sighted. We're in like beautiful economic conditions right now. The market economy is so healthy. There's not even a bad sign anywhere. Nothing's bad. Everything's good. Literally, did we look at the core really quick? Let's look at core month over month. Core is excluding the essential necessities of life, food, and energy. And so core is measuring things that we just want to buy rather than things we have to buy. And again, the month over month is well within the range of noise. This being less than half are good. So like nothing's alarming. Like nothing. Everything looks great. Market don't care. Market's just volatile. And look at chopping all. Look at this. It went up, came down, went up. The market's just really emo because of the state of volatility right now. And again, less than you know, like it's nothing too crazy there. So this, when you compare these two graphs, it kind of shows you if most of your inflation's coming. They separate out food and energy because these are essentials that people have to buy versus the things people want to buy. So you can see the consumer spending. This is core. This is stuff you have to buy, and this is all the stuff you buy. And let's compare the two, right? Like the stuff you want to buy is going up much faster than the stuff you have to buy is included in here. It really just says, you know, prices of like discretionary items are going up. You know, food and energy prices excluded. You can see that this actually has a lot of change. So it's showing that the most of the inflation upstream is built on the producer side, the manufacturer side, is locally due to like discretionary items, like things you don't have to live. So we're choosing to spend more money. Hey, I went to go eat sushi the other day, and the restaurant was full of people spending $400 a dinner. You know how that goes. It doesn't seem like we're in any kind of economic downturn. This is my theory of the economy. You know, I can tell if you're in an economic downturn. Go to OpenTable, look at a restaurant, like an average 5-star, 4-star, whatever restaurant, and try to get a table. If it's still on a weekend, if it's still like a 2 or 3 week wait to get a table, the economy's fucking fine. Okay, that's it. That's all you have to think of. People aren't being tight on their money if they're going to go spend crazy amounts of money to drink $25 cocktails. You got to tell yourself it's probably fine. You know? So that's my sushi theory of the economy. When the market's going to move, and then check the news and got swept for the first week. Yeah, so you got to make sure you check the news. One of our classes, our pre-market classes, kind of let you guys know. Don't ever not be aware of the news. Use the economic calendar. Use the weekly. Always know what's going on in the week so that you can avoid stuff. Getting swept on these news events is avoidable, so train yourself not to do it. Tomorrow we have retail sales. This is going to be huge. And again, we have retail sales and core, the same thing. This is going to look at how the sales side of things, the retailers, so like how much sales we're doing away from what we looked at today, which is upstream and production. So PPI has to do from the manufacturer side. Manufacturer buys stuff, makes something, ships it, distributor ships it to a store, then we buy it from the store. Tomorrow is the data on us buying from the store. Are we buying more shit? 3% CPI? Are we comfortable with these prices? Are we buying more stuff? And what's with the eggs? As Hope's Tavern said, where are all the chickens? That's the thing we need to really ask. Are they just also being emo? Where's all the roosters? When they don't have any eggs, all the chickens gone too, or the roosters gone? Are they not bumping uglies? Are they dying? What's like, is it bird flu? Or are you being serious? HEB prices are fine. You gotta love HEB, baby. Got our Texans in the house. Austin's got a pretty sick HEB. I've actually been to the one in the west side of the city. Really nice. All the HEBs are cool though. HEB's resilience, all these, yeah, I mean, we're the best. Yeah, Federal Lab, should we include the job numbers go up temporarily? Yeah, it's a week delayed data. So last week or this week, they'll likely file, and you might see that catch up in next week's numbers. I was hoping we see it in this week's numbers, but. All right, market opens in 15 minutes. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're back. Hope for morning moves. Yeah. So I really need to fix those bots, man. They spam chat way too much. Give me a second. I'll answer you guys' questions. Oh, that's why. I had these timers set to like 5 minutes. That'll be a little bit better. Okay, what's up, guys? Good morning. I'm gonna hit that like button, friends. We start off in 12 minutes. What are the blue lines? I already told you that. What browser am I using for liquidity maps? I use Microsoft Edge solely for Rocket Scooter. I use it for nothing else. Trump tariffs at 1. Yeah, today. Rocket Scooter shows you levels you never see on a chart. That's right. Hoping for morning dip. Yeah, I'm looking for bull setups today. Greater market bullish still. Bird flu. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, for real? I thought they were like the pandas. They just weren't humping enough to make babies. Well, that sucks. Bird flu sucks. What time is Trump tariff news in the middle of the day? Do I check earnings? We do. We do check earnings every single day. And so NVIDIA is next week, I believe. So I have my earnings calendar front and center always. Today, there's not much after market that's important, really. Nothing big. This is pretty clean for this week, but we have NVIDIA, I believe, is next week. Yeah. That's going to be very important to the market. After next week, the market's smooth sailing. Monthly maps look nice and bullish. So after we get through this week, I think we're good. 12 Central for the Trump news. Is Rocket Scooter monthly sub free for the first month? Alex, no, it's actually, but it's half price for the first month. So if you want to do, so here's how it works. Our boot camp is $1 a day. It's $20 for the month. It's probably the best thing you'll ever do, I promise, in Rocket Scooter. Go through the courses. But if you want the platform to go with it, it's another $80. So the platform plus the courses plus the Discord is $99 for the first month. It includes the platform, but it comes with the boot camp and all that. And then after that, it's normally $200 a month. But we have a sale, which we started doing to reduce the price to $159 through February. If you lock in your first month and you stay with us, it's $159 for life. We're doing like a grandfather special. So you're like, I'm going to be with these guys for life. You get a permanent $40 discount forever. And we never do discounts on monthlies. So we're doing this because we recently pushed out Rev 2 of all of our classes. This is the boot camp I did, like that I'm doing now. These classes, as soon as we did Rev 2, after we did our initial strategy, we had years of backtest data that we started focusing on our best stuff. And that's when my win rate went through the roof. And then I piloted strategy Rev 2. Very first time I did it, like I had a pretty decent, trading style and strategy already. But when we got 2 years of backtest and we realized we focused on what was strong and we eliminated what wasn't as strong and focused on just the highest probability stuff, right when I went in for the first month later, I took strategy Rev 2 straight into a trading competition and won. So, like as you see right here, I won a futures trading contest with Rev 2 of the strategy. So that's like kind of like to celebrate Rev 2 of the strategy, to get a lot of people to check it out. We kind of did these like deals for the first of the year. So this is kind of the best the prices will be if you guys are interested in joining our group. We have about 10,000 accounts in the Rocket Scooter platform. 6,000 active people on our Discord. We're secretly one of the biggest things out there. It's for futures. No, there's a reason for that, though. I think we have a really quality thing here. That impact line is still there. All right, so today's pretty nice opening between these TD bands. It's nice to see a nice clean setup to go. Yesterday was a little bit of choppiness with all this bull bear flip flopping here. But today we're back to normal, and it'd be nice to have a nice clean easy setup. I'd like to see that. Razor became a member last night. Let's go. Awesome. If you guys, we have a tech support channel. If you have questions, send me messages directly. We're always here to help. Haven't shown the COT report in a while. I did. We usually look at it about once a week, but let's take a look at it really quick. We've got 7 minutes till market opens. Yeah, Frank, you are right. We need to check it out. So, in the crazy downturn of a month that we had here, you guys will see this. Yeah, great. Let's talk about it. So, it's going to help us forecast the liquidities looking like in the market. So, when we were selling off here, as you see, the bull side was liquidating and the bear side was also selling. This was in a liquid downturn, right? When everybody's selling, the market comes down. Now, as of right now, one can see that the bull side is sloping back up and the bear side is relatively flat, if not ticking up-ish, but flat is a way to see. So now they're pulling apart. Anytime they're pulling apart or pinching together, it's liquid. Anytime they're both sloping up or down, it's illiquid. So right now, it's liquid, and liquid markets do not crash, and liquid markets are nice and stable and consolidating at the high like we've been seeing. The dealer position is negative, which is just facilitating the other side of the majority of the buying. So right here, we're consolidating at the top. This right here is normally a bull sign. Whether we dip and rip or we rip from here, within 1 to 2 weeks, if this propagates into another wave and this is flat or fanning out, it's a breakout. So we should be good. And typically what causes the breakout from a high consolidation from here is that you create an illiquid move to the upside. When you see buying and short squeezing at the same time, the market can accelerate its upward movement. And when you see moves like that, let me see if I can find a good one. Older one. They both slope up. Like here, as an example, the blue is kind of going up and the green is going up. This period right here is that high consolidation that just breaks out and it just inches forward. So that's what I'm expecting to see. This is the start of a bull move, in my opinion. This is the start of a really strong bull move. And this is the start of probably the strongest bull market we'll see in our lifetime, which I'm excited about. And you have to put one thing in your back pocket as a trader. You want to know what it is? You want to know the secret? Trump doesn't want a bear market. So the stock market starts selling off. He's going to, as sensitive as we are to things he's going to say, he's just going to make shit up to stir up the bull market. You have to trust your president that doesn't want to see things turn around. His plan requires a strong market and economy behind him. So if the stock market starts turning down, he's going to say something to turn it up, which is great. What's the best futures broker for Rocket Scooter? We have a bunch of them. Anybody that goes to CKG you can use. I personally use AMP, but they're all really much the same. There's not much of a difference between all these FCMs. Commissions are very similar. Usually they have small things that make them different. I like AMP because it's the lowest minimum deposit. It's $100. Most of the other ones are $5. But there's no reason to pick one or the other. They're all good. You bought lifetime masters because you want to lock in long-term savings at the low price of the monthly. Lets people buy prop firm accounts. Yeah. How much is lifetime price? It's $4,000, and for February there's a sale to make it $1,500 off. So it's $25. February sale ends in into February. So it's $25 now. Yeah. Good morning. What's up, investor? Good morning. You already talked about Danny stepping down from FFF. Guess I'm not going to do the math. Yes, I am. They've still invited me to review his broker statements to make sure what he was presenting was authentic. People are misreading my point of entering that picture. I'm stepping in using my power and whatever influence I could or don't have or whatever to, you know, let me look at the numbers and see if he pulled another fast one. Everyone's like focused on that thing that he did. Like he was saying he was trading and it was demo and all that. I'm not focused on that. I don't care about that. What I care about is the presented profit and the presented expectancy do not match. This implies falsifying records in your presentation. And I'm not saying he did, but there is a false record on the screen. Either Tradeify made a glitch or something, but the numbers don't add up. You cannot have a $300,000 profit with a negative $200 expectancy. Impossible. I'm there to clarify that. I don't care if the kid has a demo account with trading on the side. That shit has nothing to do with their prop firm. Okay, he just might be a demo trader. That doesn't matter to me. It's different if you get your scissors out and you're pasting numbers on top of something you're presenting to people. That's the bottom I need to get into. And I told him, I said, I want to see that. And even though Jadon asked him to step down from the company, I'm still going to look into this. This is a Danny thing. This is not a funded family thing. And this is why these like kids in their witch hunt don't understand. Like, if Jadon got into a bad partnership with somebody, then whatever, you know, they had their difference or whatever. I'm looking at a trader who the evidence points to dishonest report or mistake report. Maybe he didn't intend to do it, or maybe he did, or maybe Tradeify made a glitch, but I'm looking at the trading results. Does this make sense to you guys? Yeah, he admitted to it, man. All you guys are focused on the shit that doesn't matter. No one gives a shit about paper trading. None of that matters. Even if you're paper trading or real trading, if I'm paper trading and I'm cutting and pasting numbers and pasting it over the report, that's 10 times worse than just, oh, he showed a demo account. Kids are so short-sighted. Like, imagine the greater implication. That doesn't mean anything for the prop firm. But if he's changing the results and I'm not saying he is. It's not an accusation. But if somebody were to do that, that's bad. That's really bad. That's worse than bad. That's what I'm trying to look at. 30 seconds till open. I'm not trying to prove that's a demo trade or not. I need to figure out why the expectancy is negative and the profit's positive. That's a no-no. That's a CFTC level no-no. That's a you get investigated by the government no-no. Throwing up a demo account whenever nobody gives a shit about that. That's everybody's like, but he already admitted it's a demo account. So you guys don't even pay attention to why I'm stepping in. I'm the math guy. I'm going to figure out why that expectancy is negative and the profit's positive. I'm going to go through every fucking trade and figure that out. All right, let's go. Because I'm the only one that's going to do the math. And I'll let you know if the problem's worse than what you see on the surface. Or that Tradeify made a mistake. And I'm going to get Tradeify involved personally. You know why? Because I know the CEO of Ninja Trader. I'm going to call them and have a talk. I'm fucking Doge of trading. I don't give a shit about these petty children's arguments about paper trading, not paper trading. Shit doesn't matter. It's a prop firm. It doesn't matter what their traders are good. Even their traders suck at trading. And the prop firm is a prop firm. Let it. Good trading, bad trading, doesn't matter. All you care about is they have integrity in the prop firm. They're going to pay out when they say they do. That's all that matters. Don't be on some weird witch hunt, you know, whatever. This is why I'm stepping in. Like, all you kids need to shut up. Daddy's going to do the math. All right, let's go. Let's go. Here to here to DD if we're good. I like what we see. Resilience is good. Level mode 2 resilience, open, gap and go. Let's go BLD. I love BLDs. They're one of my favorites. Nice bull setup. I definitely like this though. I don't want to get that pullback. This is good. Don't want to get in right here. I need that bounce. Look at the NASDAQ. So it's good. Open, open gap and go, which is great. Mode 2 res again. All right. So here, a very simple setup. It's a long from here to DD for me. On that first pullback, I'm going to get that long. Hold on. Let's just add whatever. Let's pop it. Just with one. Good. Everything's great. DD's great. DD ratio is great. SPY above MHP. Bull liquidity maps a gap and go. Oh, geez. Oh, wait. I already made money last night. I can't make too much money. Whoops. Oh yeah, I can't make too much money. That's right. I have to get my consistency down. I've already made a lot. I made the long trade last night too. So, hold on. Let me recalculate. I'm a little behind. I have to maintain 20% consistency in round 2 of the payout. So I'm on round 2. I got my payout from Tradeify. Can this one be long? Hold on. No, yeah, this one needs to be long, and so does this one. Okay. I have to make 1,000 each account for round 2. Perfect. Shit, I'm already at consistency, guys. I gotta exit the position early. I don't get to join the party. Fuck. I can't blow my consistency, but here we go. So I've already made almost $6,000. Some rockets to chat, baby. I can't make more than, so the second payout, I can't make more than 1,000 per account. The first, the other payouts, the one in the 9,000, I can't make more than 2. So I got to kind of like limit it up. I can't make more. I'm stuck. I can't. Okay, but it's going up to DD, baby. Let's go. Ooh, I love Rocket Scooter so much. I've had 2 losing days this month. It's crazy. It is so crazy. And if it's happened too fast for you guys, that's why you have to take the courses, because everything happens. So I actually made some trades last night too. And that's good. Let's get rockets, baby. I mean, it's a gap and go. All things look good. Even chasing through some money in my pocket. All right, so with the accounts, the problem is that for the second round of Tradeify. Now, again, this is the target here. So, God, I can't fucking. All right, you guys enjoy the party to DD if you're there with me. I can't make that much money. I can't make too much. So at 9,000, the rule is you need to make 9,000 with 20% consistency. That's roughly 1,800 a trade. Okay. Round 2, which 2 of these accounts are on round 2. 3 of these accounts are still on round 1. So round 1, I need to target roughly 1,800 or less, give or take, which is good. These are both in consistency. I freaked out because I thought they were backwards. The 4,500 also needs to be 20% consistency, which limits each trade roughly to $900 a pop. And what freaked me out when I closed everything out was I thought that those were the ones that broke consistency. But these are the ones that are at 900. And these are the ones that are at 1,800. So I freaked out and thought I did it wrong and thought I was breaking consistency. But I had my DOMs shifted like this. So I had them split in 2 different places on my screen so I wouldn't mess up. And they were moved over and I thought I'd mess it up. So I'm all good. I'm under target for both of them. These guys, this one's slightly over, this one's slightly under. So this one can do a little bit more work. These guys are hitting the edge there, but like I said, I'm going to try to maybe make one more trade if I can. I can afford it. But not in the round 2 ones. The round 2, I got to inch up to $4,500. I got 10 days to do it. And I'm already 2/5 of the way there. Yes, Res, going negative. Just be careful on this today. All right, guys, out the door. I know it's quick. Long out the door was an amazing trade. Hit that like button in the bottom right if you guys are here, especially for the first time. How many first timers do we have here? Sometimes it's quick. Quick trade. So today, I think this is Nasdaq futures. I think today we have a 22.025 level. I think that's perfect. You guys are going to call me the dozer trading? I love that shit. All right. How much is, let me add this up. Guys, we fucking crush it today. I love trading with y'all in the mornings. Y'all are like my good luck charm, man. And if the frenzy hits you too much, I'm about to show you what kind of genius I am. And I'm explaining to you the 10,000 decisions I made very quickly. Everybody here can tell you exactly what I did, though. As a matter of fact, somebody here, if you're bored, type in exactly the decisions I made and why I just jumped into long on those green candles. Let's see if you guys can piece it all together, because I've trained you. Okay, I'm going to add up the numbers so I can go tweet this. You know me, transparency, baby. That is 58.36. Perfect. Right on par. I like it. Can't complain. This is all in Tradeify funded accounts. Look, let me tell you something about Tradeify. I got funded. I got my payout approved within 5 minutes of the request. It was incredible. Zero hassle. I give these guys, just like ETF, zero hassle with them. Tradeify, I give the highest score I've ever given a prop firm. By far. Okay, so res is negative, guys, so be careful. This is probably gap fill time. So I luckily got out of the way when I did. But negative res means we like to fill the gap. So DD band is probably not going to happen with negative res. Negative res has pressure this way, which is great because if we do fall, that gives us pressure down here from MHP break. So market has completely flipped. Stocks are crashing, guys. Be very careful. What a fucking weird turn for the worse. Okay. Good, I'm gonna get a lower. Resilience but negative was a scary moment when somebody said that. That's a clue to get out of the way. And that's why I started freaking out too, because res was diving, and I was like, oh shit, anyways, I think I just got lucky today. All right. Easy peasy. Ooh. All right. So, all right. What did I do today? All signs are bullish. Yes. Right now, the stocks are now selling off. Let's talk about one thing really quick. This resilience number has a really neat handout that goes with it. If you guys join our program, let me show you the cheat sheets. So where is that? Open in browser. Okay. So resilience is, and again, this is from our courses. Resilience has to do with this white box you see on the screen. Let me get the dark mode version so it's easier to follow along with the colors. So when you join our program, we give you all these cheat sheets. They're easy to study off of. They're like little flashcards. Keep them by your desk right here, right? So in this white box is what we're talking about. This indicator called resilience at the bottom is what's important to understand. This is a gap fill predictor for SPY or S&P and NASDAQ futures, particularly the SPY and QQQ. So when that resilience number is greater than 0, you push through the box this way. Okay. If it's greater than 0, the box is also a bounce point and go. We call it the gap and go. If it's negative, turn everything on your head. It goes from this side of the box to here, or anything above the box, it likely goes down through the box to fill the gap. It is ultimately the tiebreaker at the half gap. And bouncing at the half gap right now, and this number is negative, and so is NASDAQ, is not a good sign. This is likely a move to there now. With negative res, the polarity shifted very quickly right here as the market started selling off. And when I said, res is negative, any good day trader that's seeing this probably would have cut their ties early to prevent a loss. It's likely still going down. So careful today. It's a really weird setup, but let me tell you something really neat. If I don't get a nice little gap and go bump, I'm totally okay. I've got a couple of good setups ready to go. There's a nice long on the BLD, which is here. Open, orange, open. If res is less than 0, I'll take the scalp to right there. If res is greater than 0, I'll take the scalp to fill the gap. So we're not getting the DD band trade today. As sad as that is, it'd be nice to get the nice little run up. But I guess we're still consolidating, aren't we? Boo. Trump's making an announcement today on tariffs. This could be that little pre-tariff selling. So at about 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central, Trump's going to talk about tariffs. But it's like, it's not a surprise. The surprise would jolted the market around. I bet that at some point today we catch a bid and start rallying. But that's just me. Or at least back to normal. Benny, get out when the res went negative. You want in? Trouble Doji? Join us, baby. Everybody here is a member for the most part. If you guys want to read the reviews while we're waiting. Okay, so today I'm going to wait for a lower bounce to tap. So let's take a look at on my watch list. Let's keep SPY QQQ up here just so we can see where those targets are. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So SPY filled its gap as expected with negative res. Keep in mind with negative res, it's customary for the S&P to trade down here a little bit. It might take a couple of waves lower, and as it's bouncing in here, if this number pops above 0, it's a move back up. So I'm not afraid of this market, but the way that it sets up, I've almost maximized my profit anyways. I don't need to, I can't make any more. I could probably make 400 more in this account, 300 or 400. And these I could probably make 600 each in. Pricing in before the press. Yeah, you guys nailed it. All right, so here's our courses. As you see, there's now 71 reviews. These are all people that have taken the classes. If you guys want to read our trading class about position sizing, how much I trade, where I get in, where I get out, high volume pivots, when to avoid the market, how to not fight the trend, all this stuff. It's not a class in chart reading. It's not a class in TA. It's not a class in candle chart, time frame patterns, nothing. I don't teach you any technical analysis. I don't teach you anything. It's 20 classes of boot camp on betting principles. And I'm going to tell you, there's a reason people in capital letters call this thing a game changer, life changing. There's all kind of stuff in here people say, but these are all customers. You see these people in chat. Look, there's Benny. He was just talking. These are the friends that have taken our courses. And if you count the number of stars that are 5, it's all. For the most part, people are literally saying things, and this is their own. This is not, you can just go in and leave a review. You have to have bought the thing to leave the review. These are actual things by people. Powerful tool that helps people. Game changer here. Get ready to love trading more than ever. Knowledge is power, you know. So anyways, we'd love for you guys to take it. And as much as amazingly as this is, it's the only 5-star thing in trading education with 0 bad reviews online. It's only $20. It's not even, it's designed to be free, free-ish, right? And that's just to make it to where you take it serious. So $1 a class, there's 20 classes. You got to come to it. After you've watched the 20 days, you'll never see the markets as random again. Very unique approach, enlightening. There is nothing out here like this program. If you're a new trader and intermediate or long-term, this will blow your mind. These are people that are actually bought the thing. I didn't tell anybody to say anything nice. I tell people to go talk shit if you hate it. I don't care. Honesty's big to me, but our approach is unique. It's novel. It's different. I'm an engineer. It's all about the numbers. It's all about the stats. And we teach you betting principles. The trick is that here, an average person is going to teach you anything related to charting or whatever is going to teach you how to read patterns on a chart. That's like me sitting there and teaching you how to play blackjack and say, okay, what you want to do is wait for them to turn over a jack, give you a jack and give you an ace. And that's it. You get the jack and ace. It's a win, baby. What? What I'm going to teach you is that what cards do you have? What cards do they have? What cards the dealer have? What are the odds of getting the card that you want? With the cards you have versus the cards they have versus the cards that you want and the odds you're going to get it. This is how much you should bet and why, or you should fold. And this is why. The betting part, this is a class on betting. It's a 20-day boot camp lecture on betting and betting the right size. I smile when I say it, but it's the missing piece for everybody. It is the missing piece for everybody. Betting correctly. Not saying that I'm the missing piece, but betting correctly is why you're not making money as a trader. You don't know what you're doing. You're just picking the direction, planting money, and then hoping money falls in your lap. That's the dumbest thing in the world. That's like randomly throwing chips down at the table. But there's a reason people do well consistently in poker, even through the luck of bad luck, the luck of bad draws, is they have a consistent betting methodology, and it's very regimented why they do what they do. All right, so res is still less than 0. The index is squeezing first. Depending on your belief system, I don't chase the long on the gap and go with res less than 0, but lately we've been seeing the index squeeze first. Anything up here, I want to see res greater than 0 again to give that support. I'm nothing bearish this market. Are the courses recorded? Yes, they are. And you can watch them at your leisure. Each course is about an hour, and each one covers a completely different topic. This resilience gap fill predictor is one course. The reason I'm not chasing the long here, because this number is negative is part of the course. The reason I'm waiting for a better target on monthly hedge pressure is another course. And how much do I bet? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to ask me. I give you my guidelines up here. So particularly today, with a liquidity map with this structure, my long from here to next resistance, trade 1B, is hit with a medium. I'm gonna hit this pretty hard. My medium trade in Tradeify is roughly one contract. So 1 to 2 ES, 1 NASDAQ. My normal is my medium and my personal account's roughly 5. My normal is 10. So my biggest trades are usually 10 contracts. So I'm gonna tap this probably with one NASDAQ future if we hit MHP. I can't make too much though because I'll break consistency. Oh man, 450 people here today. Awesome. I love seeing you guys stay here every single morning. Hit the like button every single time. You hit the thumbs up button, bottom right of the screen. The universe brings another degen to our channel, which makes us happy. Have feeling tariffs again are brought up? I think so. Am I long? No. So my positions you can see at the top of the screen. I currently already took my trade. I'm in and out. So if I'm in a trade, you're going to see right here, it'll show the position. I've already made my money and I'm done. I'm going to hit a second trade in a little bit. Do I know any issues with the data for GLD? No, there shouldn't be. Ender discovered Rock Scooter a month ago. I took the class. The man, the system's a game changer. You love it. Must say class to grasp it. Appreciate it, Ender. Appreciate it. How do you get the DD bands on the bottom of your chart? They're automatically printed if you have a futures account connected through CQG. If not, you can draw them yourself by grabbing them from this table. They're on the right side of the oops. I hate. I really need to change. I know it says elite share funding, but let's just do. Oh. Actually, I'll think of something better to say. I keep forgetting I have something on my screen. Here we go. That's better. So here you have your table will give you the bands. Yeah. After finishing the course, you need to get the platform. That's up to you. The course will help you understand what I'm doing on the screen if you're just here to watch, for sure. If you're hanging out on the YouTube and you want to know like why I do what I do, take the course. Most people will get the platform after they take the course because they want to independently have this information. Okay, so I'm waiting for a better long entry to a lower spot. Go to Thinkorswim paper and throw a big number in it so you have big payouts for fun. What made you choose QQQ over SPY at the open? Today, particularly nothing. They both were equal. When they're both equal, I'll try to I'll choose NASDAQ if I can. It's going to give me the quickest run and the profit the quickest. NASDAQ can get you to your profit target much quicker per contract. S&P though, usually trade 2 S&P contracts for every 1 NASDAQ. I could have made the same trade with the S&P, but NASDAQ tends to move a little faster, and on runs like this, I want to get in and get out a little bit quicker. So when they're equal and they have equal pivots, I'll usually choose the NASDAQ so I can get a little bit more money a little quicker per contract. NASDAQ is just margin that way. But S&P is the safer of the two plays. It's usually the more stable of the two. If I am unsure about something and something's risky or something's volatile and falling, S&P is like a less choppy choice than the NASDAQ. Is the scanner working today? Yeah, the scanner's always working. Make sure you're connected. If this button at the top right of your screen is green, you should be good. Open up this little arrow on the side of the platform, and it should have a green dot by the scanner, and you should be good. Let's just pick something. Yeah, mine's working. So you might just need to log out and log back in again. Sometimes you're logged out or you're disconnected. Rarely do people show executions chill. Dude, that's the thing. Like, I show every trade I've ever made in and out since 2016. It's rare that people show. People always have like trades on another screen. They're like, oh, by the way, here's my 10,000 I made in take profit. You're like, wait, when were you trading that, right? I'm committed. I got one firm, one thing, one set of trades, one of the accounts on the screen. I mirror the trade on the other screen, and I just bring it all in front of you. And I'm all about, there's no like prop firm arbitrage here or anything. I'm not doing any tricks where here's my Tradeify profits one day, here's my Apex profits another day. It's one continuous account. And I've been crushing it with 83% win rate. 83%. Can y'all believe that? Month of trading. But I tell you, that's normal for me. That's not even made up. That's really normal. I've been doing very well. It's not counting. So right now I've got after payout, I got two of the accounts approved for payout in the window. The others I'm still working on. I may not hit it. I got till the 14th, which is tomorrow. I may not hit the payout window for the first payout. I may have to wait 10 more days to get my next payout, which is cool. 82.2% win rate. I've had two red days in a month. That's it. Just two. VIX back above 100. Yeah. I know. Are the indicators free that I use? Are the indicators free that I use on most platforms? So the indicators that we have come with the platform. So if you're a member of Rocket Scooter in general, you get everything that we make yours. All the stuff that we have here, we've made. I actually built this platform itself. If you guys are just tuning in, this trading platform I built, not just the indicators, I built the entire trading platform. So you get everything. We have alerts. We have flashcards into the program, like the liquidity maps. We have all the indicators, the scanner. We built all of this, and this all comes with it. Yeah, $90 for indicators plus class, plus Discord, plus community, plus the training and all that. Or if you just want the training, it's $20. Do I still compete in the TradingView competition? Now that you mentioned, I forgot about it. I honestly forgot about it. No, I think when the first day of the TradingView competition, when people got like 500% on that very first day, because that very first day was the day after Trump called the tariffs and the market gapped down and traded all the way up in the middle of the day when Mexico and him worked it out. People just YOLO longed at the bottom. And like, even though I went up like, 30% in a single day, I was still in 1200th place. And I was like, fuck this. Res is positive again. Almost. So paper trading contests are funny because half of the community will luck into the leaderboard and half the community will luck to zero. So I kind of just gave up on it like early on. And then I made a couple trades. I was up like 30% or whatever. And then I forgot about it, to be perfectly honest. So this kind of environment is kind of crummy for that kind of contest. People got 500% in a single day. I'd have to grind all month to catch up to that, and maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But I talked to AJ, who was also competing in it, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna give up on this one and catch the next one. And then I convinced myself the next day, you know what? Maybe I'll make a few more trades, and I did okay. And then I'm just like, there's people that are up 1,000%. I'm just like, YOLO long all your contracts. You're not really day trading. You're just no risk paper trading. All right, so resilience is getting back to close to being better than zero. So let me see what happens on the next bounce here. So the market is starting to heal itself on that initial dip. This is good. So this might be good for a little push. Wait, which account which account do I need to get in on? Yes, this is the one. Hold on. All right. Sure, why not? All right, we're going to get one more little bounce here. Let's watch this. Nothing bearish about this market today. The index is squeezing first with negative resilience. Just keep in mind, negative resilience has pressure down here. If we fall in here one more time, I think we're good. I don't think we're in a bad spot. Do I want to take the gap and go? I think I do. Let me let this dip and let me hit it again. But let's trade an S&P just to be a little bit slower. Nasdaq is kind of like... Let's make this a slower trade. Sure, I'll take it. I'm in. Why not? Just with one. Now with negative res, it could still dip again. So I'm just going to I'm going to basically do one and hold. I'm not even going to go crazy on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold through it. I'm just going to put one. I'm going to hold. I'm not going to double down. I'm not going to do anything. It's just going to be a fill or kill kind of trade. All right. We're going to go to DD band. If I can get it. 30 points. I'm all in. I mean, I'm not all in. I'm in. So let me bet that resilience gets better. The index is moving slightly ahead of resilience right now, which is okay. But resilience is improving each time we approach the open price. I want to see this right here. With res greater than 0, which is fine. If it's greater than 0, we bounce off half app again. So I'm going to bet on this to DD. That's what I'm going to take. That's this 1A trade right here. I'm going to hit it with the small. Res is on the edge, but I'm just going to throw one contract at it. No big deal. I'll lose 500 if I'm wrong. But we'll see. Favorite trading concept is just gambling, yeah. PPI and CPI don't matter. They're not really that bad. I mean, they came in relatively in the range of what I consider okay. The market's just a little sensitive to everything right now. So, you know. Know what I'm saying? So I'm in the long. I'm going to take the bet. Despite resilience telling me to trade smaller. If res is less than 0, I usually sit out. But it is improving and trying to go above 0. I like to err to the side of the bull market. That little quick selling pressure is not scaring me anymore. We are supporting that good old 60-68 yellow line, which is good. We do have Trump talking in about 3 hours, which is kind of meh. So you can see the trade that I'm in on the right. Just one contract. I'm not risking too much. I am at my profit limit already, so I can't really do much. Just make a little bit more. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's go. Let's go. I gotta make my dough. Let's go. Oh God, I should write another song. Y'all come here for the music usually though, right? Let's go. Gotta make my dough. Let's go. I met my profit target. Let's go. Ooh, I gotta get my target. All right, these are all at 1800. I gotta take the. All right, I gotta take the profit. Okay, I gotta close out early because now I'm a consistent profit. Let's go. I gotta make my dough. Let's go. I made so much dough. I need more like lyrics though for the First name greatest, last name ever. Hold on. Man, I gotta do math again. Hold on. What the hell? Now I'm wearing these need to be roughly 900. These need to be roughly 1800. So we're good. I'm done. I wish I could hold it for longer, but whatever. These are Tradeify straight to funded accounts. This is my money. 74.83. That's roughly 12 minutes of work plus 15 minutes last night. Let's write it really big on here. Cool, that covers my mortgage. Maybe I'll get iDoc a really fancy balance. I had to cut early because I need to keep my consistency there. There will, Adriano coming in here with some caution in the market. There will be a massive move down today. Be careful. Okay, so let me rephrase what he's saying. There could be a massive move down if Trump is talking about tariffs. However, it's well announced. Everybody knows it. Everyone feels it. Is it going to happen? Who are the tariffs against? How much are they going to be? The market could move down. So don't be in a trade leading up till 1 o'clock Eastern. That's what he means to say. Nothing about the market signal right now is pointing down, y'all. The market's only pointing normal. Why not? Is it an invalid trade? Why didn't follow any rules? Holder, what do you mean by that question? So, dumb question, but I need a TradingView with your software. No, James, we actually are a souped up version of TradingView. So we white labeled TradingView's platform and we built our platform around it. So we're basically TradingView on crack with extra stuff. So you need our version of TradingView, which is a better version of TradingView for this kind of analysis. You just entered a randomly longed. Why not? LOL. Why did we take that trade? What do you mean? Why did we take that trade? Who's we? I don't know why you took that trade. You asked me why I took that trade? I always take that trade. 1A. If res is greater than 0, it's right here on the flashcard. You never really have to ask me why I do something. It's all in front of your face. And when it was right here, res peaked above 0, and therefore I entered the trade. That's it. It tells me to do that. S is small. Small is 1. I longed 1. It's on the flashcard. It literally tells you why I do what I do. You never have to ask me. That's the best part. I literally give it to you. You just have to know how to read this. Tira, that's what she said, bro. Start saying half man, half amazing. There'll be a massive, yeah. Rocket mortgage, very interesting pullback. Can you explain 20% consistency rule and how it works, please? Yeah. So basically what it is your biggest trading day with Tradeify can't be more than 20% of your total gains. An example is if I have made a $10,000, okay? And I have made, my trade was $2,000, okay? Total was 10, one trade is 2,000. Your biggest, if this is my biggest trade and this is the total I've made, this is 20% of the total, you're good. If I happen to have made $3,000, this is 30%. That's bad. So 30% goes over. I have to trade a little bit more such that my biggest trade is 20% of the account. So 0.20 times X to equal 3, X becomes $15,000. You do the math. So let me do the math for you again really quick, a little slower because I think I spoke really fast. If I have $10,000 in profit and I make $3,000, I busted the consistency because that's 30%. We all agree 30 of 10. 3 of 10 is 30. So I need to make an additional $5,000 with no trade greater than 3,000 to go back down to 20, because 3,000 is 20% of 15. So if you bust your consistency, they make you have to make more before you get your payout. So I have to ride consistency. At the 9,000, I need to make less than 1,800 a piece, or 1,800 give or take, which is pretty much on par at the top 3 accounts on the screen. The other 2 below that need to make roughly 900 a piece because I need to hit 20% on a $4,500 target. So 2 of the accounts already got a payout. The other 3 haven't. So the other 3 are still working towards the 9,000 at 20. The next 2 are working for 4,500 at 20. So they're at different rates. So you're going to see for the next 10 days that 3 of my accounts, I'm going to aim for roughly $2,000 or less. 1 account, 2 of the accounts, I aim for about 1,000 each. So I'm be aiming for about 8,000 a day, which is right on par. When it comes to these trader funding programs, you can't, they do this because they don't want you to win too much in a single trade. They punish you for that. So what you have to do is you have to drive your losses to be a certain amount and drive your winners to not go above a certain amount. You have to literally have so much control over your trading and get payouts here. Only the best of the best traders can get consistent payouts with the prop firm. You have to be so good that you can control how much you win versus how much you lose. So you know when the bets are good, like today, to hit them hard, to make your money very quick in and out. Today, the bets were all good. So it's harder to do, but that's what the consistency is. Do we keep our clearing firm like AMP? So payment, if you use AMP, you can tie your AMP account into Rocket Scooter by connecting your AMP CQG login here. I have my AMP account connected. So most FCMs will work with our platform for real live trading. If you click here, this is the DOM I can execute in my actual AMP account here. I can actually trade my AMP inside of our platform as well. Trader funding programs, however, only work through Tradeify, which I have to do onto the side on another DOM over here. You're long because you're holding about 50% of the 5-minute fair value gap and you went long. LOL. Nice. Good job. Big sell-off. I don't know. There's a big sell-off. The market's still just moody. James, you don't need TradingView. You don't. You don't. TradingView is, we're not TradingView at all. Don't even think TradingView. This looks like TradingView's charts because we built our platform on TradingView's charts. Just use our platform. We give you everything you need. So when you sign up for Rocket Scooter, a button will show up on your dashboard that you click and it launches all of this on your screen. Thank you, my gracious King Matthew. Pass a combine and 200 away from passing 2 more. You're my king. I shall listen to all your commands. I love the praise, but this is all you. You did it. You're the king or you're the queen, whatever. You did this. I didn't do anything. Praise yourself for the hard work you're putting in. I was just the person that taught you how to do it. I do appreciate your lovely comments, though. I'm just an average guy. So I'm trying to clarify. The point of the stream is not to have people copy my trades. That's why I said what I said, Dominic. Like, when somebody says, why did we make that trade? There's no we. I'm not here guiding you guys in your trading. Y'all are just watching me trade my own stuff. I'm not giving you signals. I'm not telling you what to do. So to clarify, there's no we here. I'm not saying, all right, guys, let's all long here. This is not the point. If you didn't see what I saw, then you didn't take the trade. That's you. I saw something you didn't, and I took the trade. And so it's okay. It happens, right? Trust another top step account, eval, master rich. There you go. You need to get paid for all this fake money. Exactly. Dang, boys. All right, we had 463 today. This, again, is one of the biggest streams we've had. We get bigger every single day, and I appreciate you guys supporting us. So might hit that thumbs up button in the bottom right if you like the free education and info. We love y'all. Do I have a built-in copy trader Yoda? We don't. Tesla veritable every single time trade. There you go. Very bullish today. Do I execute through AMP or another broker? Nathan, on my real personal account, I trade with AMP. On trader funding programs, such as what you see here, I have to use Tradeify stuff. Okay, so why did I do what I did? Let's talk about it. Let me clear up the screen here. This is all textbook stuff, nothing bad. And you guys are going to learn that while resilience usually is a leading indicator, right? And in moments of high volatility, high VVIX, VIX above triple B as we talk about, the market's going to be unusually volatile. And in that volatility, the index can squeeze faster than the stock sometimes. It just happens. Resilience is nice and clean as a leading indicator under most conditions, but sometimes the index is going to move first or faster in volatility. Use resilience as a guide for position sizing only. That's it. So sometimes I'll take the trade and hope resilience turns positive when it's on the edge. I'm always betting that resilience turns positive when it's close to zero or slightly below zero. I'm exiting the trade when resilience takes a nosedive from like positive 50 to like negative 20. That's the time to get out. So trading like normal, liquidity map tells me where I enter and exit no matter what. No matter what. So let me draw what we see here. This says if we open and dip to orange, we trade back to open. Okay, so let me draw that. If we open and dip to orange, we trade to open. And we taught you in the class about something called interrupts. There's an interrupt. Anytime you bump into one of our pivots, there's an interrupt. You must do further analysis. At this analysis, if res is less than 0, then I take all my profit. If res is greater than 0, then I hold all the way back to open. Okay. Oops. So the way that I see it here is res greater than 0. I analyze it like this. So if res is less than 0, we reject the box. Res greater than 0, we keep going. So this little line became this. I teach you guys how to do that in the classes. Number 2 is if we support the open, it goes to next resistance. If we support the open, and it goes to next resistance. Well, there is nothing. It goes to wherever. And on the futures chart is where I get that next resistance. From here, it's roughly the DD band, like 30 more points. It's crazy, right? So now I tell myself I could long here for 30 points S&P with a 10-point stop, and I could commit to the trade. Now all I have to do is ask, how much am I going to trade? If resilience is less than 0, I'm going to trade closer to the sit-out range, maybe even choose to sit out. If it's near the edge of 0 or slightly below, I could still take the bet and commit to the 3-to-1 trade, but I also have to understand that I can take the loss much more easily. So when I jumped in on this trade right here, res was negative and approaching 0, so I took the trade anyways. While this says I could sit out, I decided to take it with one contract, watching the entire time resilience try to peak above 0. So this time I assumed that the index is moving first, just a guess, and I traded something small-ish, because these are both small trades anyways. I just waited for the market to heal itself. As you see, it's not clean and easy, which is why the market's not clean and easily rallying. But in the state of volatility, I'm betting that there's enough volatility that the market's just trying to still figure itself out. And I'm still erring to the bull side of the market because everything for the most part is bullish today. And let's double check the monthly maps. Just to double check that. And as you guys know how to read the monthly maps, we're back to bullish. Nothing's scary on monthly maps. So as I said in my tweet yesterday that the bull market's coming back today, we're good. The only reason I'm not still trading is because I can't make any more money. I'm maxed out for the day. As much as I'd love to, I can't. So all these things I drew on my screen, did you guys have been through the classes? Tell me if you drew something similar on your screen. When you guys are figuring out or at least on your trade plan. Did you guys all do something similar to this? Y'all mapped everything out, have your decisions. The question is, should I long at the open? If res is less than 0 or greater than 0, even this dip right here, when it dipped, res is greater than 0. So the market has handed plenty of trades to us today pretty easily. Did y'all get pretty close to this? The market went straight up after open, but the market has dipped against the open twice. This guy right here was your perfect entry if you missed out. This right here with positive res. The market handed us that one. So even if this was confusing, this was handed to us. And I'd be in it, but I can't. I can't take the trade. I can't, Stuart. I can only make about 8,000 a day before I break consistency. So I'm maxed out. If I were still in a trade, I would be long to 61.22. I would be literally be holding on to my long. Who here is in a trade right now? Are you guys in a long? So Rizzer, if you want the futures platform, if you want the futures data, you need to connect a CQG account with futures data. You need to go buy futures data from a CQG broker. If you don't have one, we all use AMP or Edge Clear for the most part. Contact AMP or Edge Clear, get your CQG login from them, buy your data from them. Level 1 data is all you need. It's roughly gonna be like $12 a month, something like that. And then you pay them for the data and it will work here. You guys all long? JK told me he's holding till the end. JK is the champ here. Homeboy knows what's going on. If VIX start trading down to triple B, I wouldn't count on it because the month's almost over. We'll get a new triple B next Tuesday, Tom. So let's bet on next Tuesday being the clean month going forward. Right? So Stuart, I've already made my money. I got to sit out. But hypothetically, I'm in the trade with you guys, paper trading long in my head to 22. I'm riding the fake money with y'all. Unfortunately, I can't make any more with this. I'm capped. You guys are all long. 5 NQ minis. Tanner Johnson fucking carrying his balls around in a wheelbarrow. Jesus Christ. Going in with 5, baby. He's going in good. You owe us snakes tonight, man. Yeah, it's got balls of steel there. I love it. I love seeing that bullish confidence in you guys. So it's a 3-to-1 trade. So remember, even if resilience doesn't agree, resilience only modifies the desire of me to sit out or lower my position. Resilience is not a short setup, not whatever. When it's bouncing around and resilience is improving, I usually bet that res is going to find it striding at positive. The index is squeezing first. I usually take the side of the bull side. Greater market's bullish, nothing about it short. And look at right now, right? Even if this was too choppy, even if you longed here and stopped out a second time, a third time, a fourth time we bounced in the open, and each time it tapped the open, it got better and better and better and better. And right here, everything lined up with positive res. At this exact moment in time, you hit open one more time, and res is positive. There's no way, even with the initial confusion, the universe just handed this trade to us, which is nice. I couldn't take it, but I would have. So be careful today also. We got Trump talking about tariffs in about 2.5 hours. But res is just like, how much should I bet? And early on, when res was nosediving, I got lucky today because I panic sold. Because I thought I had broke my consistency. I thought this went way over. But I luckily avoided this. I would have still held on to that and still been in this trade had I not accidentally closed out before the dip. So I got lucky on that, but I would have still, ideally, had the market went to there, I still would have held through it because my stop would have been right here. So I wouldn't have done anything, then would have bounced up and I would have still been holding. So my initial trade was still long here and then go to there with a 10-point stop because it was S&P. So gap fill stop. And if Res filled the gap, I would have stopped. Now, if Res would have gone negative right here, I probably would have chosen to hold on because it was only about 5 points of gap fill. So out of your last runner. Boys. All right. Rockets, baby. Yeah, Nasdaq almost a DD band. You guys are so good at this. You are close. Yeah, you're on the edge. That's it. 22,020. Final target. All right. When you hit that level, if the high volume come in, a DD band is bait. It's like the best pivot. I love it. What would be your targets today with ES and NQ? Peter D, that's it. 22,020. I don't trade outside the band. Guys, what's the probability we break the band and keep going on the back test? Yeah, 22K easily. We don't bet that we break the band and keep going. Even though it can, it's about 4%. Icewild told you. About a 4% of days will break the upper band and keep going. So we usually like in the internal to the bet, we don't bet the markets have breakout rally days like that. We usually cut out for the most part from inside the band. We usually take that gimme trade if we can get it. And then we exit here and then let the market be crazy. Gimme trade's not the right word. The easily identifiable pivot. I usually trade a DD, and if I make my money for the day, I usually call it. If I still need to make a little bit more money, you can trade outside those bands according to our education. And again, this is not investment advice. This is just per our education. Here's the info on that. So outside the band, usually like I will trade to the band, and there's usually resistance pressure there. These are based on margin requirements, by the way. It's a whole new mindset in futures. If you guys are looking for a whole new thing in futures, you've come to the right place. No shorting above the band. I will take long pivots only off of the band itself or off of my strong liquidity map pivots, which we have no pivots. There's nothing here. So in reality, the only thing I can do is if we break the band and bounce off of it, I do a commit to trade to some level with a 10-point stop, an S&P 40 stop Nasdaq, and just let it go to some level that I got to figure out what that level is. As you see on my chart, I haven't drawn anything. Maybe a yellow line, maybe a gap fill. So like today example of that outside the band trade is if S&P goes to there and then sells off and then is there in fighting and it does this, and I were to long to fill the gap, that is an appropriate trade setup too. But I will only take the scalp and I'd be in and out. I don't like to bet on markets exceeding that band by too much because it's only 4% of days stay above there. So because the odds are so high that it doesn't break and go, I don't like to be in trades outside the band that much longer. But even though I don't ever short bull markets back in either, even though the probability is high it closes there, I don't short bull markets, and that's why my win rate is so high. You don't make 84, 85% win rate by shorting markets. So hard to do. Trying to blow rocket skier up. Michael Benny, appreciate it. Was telling people in Kellyanne's Discord to check you out. Cool, cool. Who is Kellyanne? This is a new name I don't know. Why no shorting of the band? Good question. So no shorting of the band because I don't short bull markets. 70% of months are green. 30% of months are red. Okay. Markets mostly go up. Of the 70% of markets that are red or months that are red, 60% of those months gain a third of their loss back by the end of the month, have a wick at the bottom. But only 20% of these green candles sell a third or more on the way down. So basically what it's saying is that green stays green and red tries to turn green. Of all the days that are bullish in any market, 50% of the days are green. So this is month. And this is day. God, my handwriting's horrible. Month is 70. On the days, 50% of candles are green and 50% are red in all conditions. In strong bull markets, it's more like 60-40. And when Rocket Scooter's greater market is all bullish, which today it is, let me change that. All three of our greater market indicators are bullish. The stats are roughly 69% of days are green. 7 out of 10 days are green under these conditions. So because the market just likes to go up and because green markets don't like to have wicks at the top, I don't like to fade a green market, but I will always try to fade a red market back in. So the difference is, as you'll see on the thing, it's just because while the odds are high, it doesn't break the band. It doesn't mean the odds are high, it sells off into the band. It's just not a lot of days break the band and go. Most bull days will hit the band and stay right here. That's why the 88% is a thing. It's not that it breaks through and then sells off. No, no, no. But the bear side breaks through and rallies back in more often than it doesn't. So the reason the discrepancy of not shorting back in, but we always long back in, this is 4% of days close above. That just means bull markets just kind of like fizzle out right here, but they kind of stay high. 8% close below because this happens a lot, but tucks right back in most of the time. You'll see a lot of these Vs all the time. Bull markets don't really sell off. There's not a lot of volatility for them to sell off. So I don't short the bull market back in. Let me clean off this shit on the chart here. Erase. Damn it. So the way that, if you look at all of this, I only long outside of the band, and I only long outside of the band. It's the great thing because mechanically they trade different. If we go to our volatility class, you'll learn that sell-off markets are very volatile and tend to pop back in. Bull markets kind of aren't. They kind of just like mosey on along. And if they break like this and go up and go, for the most part, ones that do this do not tuck back in. They usually stay higher. So if the bull market breaks and keeps going, it usually keeps going. It just doesn't break to the upside a lot. It breaks to the downside a lot, but it recovers most of the time. That's why this is the amount of days that close in between. So you're going to see a lot more breaks to the downside than you will breaks to the upside. But we don't short them back in because you never fade a bull market. Market's going to be bullish most of the time. You want a bull market. And then the one thing I learned that, and people here that taking our classes will tell you, do you short less after you took our classes? And question 2, be honest. If when you're shorting less, did your win rate go up? I want an honest answer from people here. So Michael Benny, when you said you were telling people in Kelly Ann's Discord, who is Kelly Ann? I always like meeting new people. Are they like a trade room or something? Are they futures? Kelly Ann calls out BS prop firms basically. Oh, dope. We probably would be best friends. Cool. Well, she sounds cool. Make the introduction sometime. I'd like to meet them. What is the indicator I'm talking about? They are called. It's called the DD band, but basically it's based on the CME span and margining. It creates. There's an interesting thing. Y'all want me to teach you a little bit about the DD band real quick? All right, hold up. So let me show you it on a bigger chart here. Let me clean everything off. So the thing is that we teach people how to do everything I'm doing on the screen. Nobody here is copying my trades. Everyone here is doing this on their own. This is a group of people that really are learning the market on their own. Let me delete all this. Okay. So let me show you something very cool. You guys are ready to have your minds blown? All right. So I created a pivot using only the margin requirements. I reverse engineered. So by the way, you guys just tuning in, my name is Matt. I'm the CEO of the Rock Scooter trading platform. I have a degree in chemical engineering. I have a subspecialty in catalytic and reactor engineering. Reaction optimization economics is my specialty in chemicals. I became a trader in 2010. A little bit more resume. I took the SAT when I was 12 and got a perfect math score. I'm that guy. I'm the math genius, and I have a son who's 6 who was smarter than I was at 6, which is crazy because I get to kind of relive my childhood through him and his gifts, and he already beats me at chess 1 out of 3 games. That little jerk. I'm so proud of him. So, anywho, that's me. So I decided to create a trading platform based on mathematics. I looked at what was out there. Everything seemed kind of too simple for my taste. It wasn't designed to be appealing to kind of like a greater edge. Technical analysis on the surface. If you guys want to know what a mathematician sees when they look at technical analysis, I see noise. I see ineffectiveness. I see non-precision. I see non-repeatability. I see a lot of flaws in technical analysis to begin with. People always tend to disagree with me, but disagree all you want. I'm an advanced mind in mathematics. Just by the mathematical merits only, it looks silly to me from a mathematician's perspective that price can't be predicted from itself. And again, disagree or agree. Nobody's right or wrong. My perspective is just that. How candle data you can put into an equation like a MACD or a VWAP or something, and candle data somehow implies something's going to happen. So something in this packet of data has hidden information that when I plug it into some kind of math function, it releases that hidden information and somehow I can make an inference about the future. It means that this data comes pre-packed with future information that no one can see but you and your technical indicator. The laws of entropy make that absolutely impossible, by the way. The information flows in one direction. It doesn't reach into the future and pull information in, or hidden packets of information somehow you unveil by some special math equation. It's just not possible. It basically means that candles can't predict themselves and can't predict the future. But TA implies that. And so when I took my journey, I was like, that doesn't make any sense at all. How can price data predict its own future? And it really can't. And right now, there's an entire institution that I'm fighting of gurus and people selling you the idea that candles can predict future candles. It's a 60-year-old sales pitch that's been selling you guys books and courses since the beginning of time. And when I started looking at that stuff, my first thought was like, ugh. Like it just seemed like it lacked any mathematical integrity. I felt like if I was to share this with my colleagues, they would laugh at me. It looks so unsophisticated to the mathematical eye. And it's correct. You can share technical analysis with any mathematician and they'll laugh at you, and you with your non-mathematical brain say, whatever, bro, my friend makes all this money using it. No, your friend doesn't make all this money using it. Neither do you. It's about time you all accepted that fact. And so I took it upon myself to create something different. Using margin requirements, I can print a pivot on the chart at the moment the futures market opens, and you can watch when price touches that pivot, literally 12, in this case, 17 hours later, there's predictable high volume. Let me show you when that happens. Margin requirements are predictable high pivots if you know how to do it. If you never figured out how to do it, well, that's what our group is all about. We're a group of engineers that came through and we read all the patents that the CME group ever put out. We watched every video they ever put out. We learned everything about the Globex that you didn't know existed. And we decided that the CME group creates all these things that you didn't know were there, that we can predict high volume pivots with margin requirements 17 hours in advance. Put a bunch of engineers in the market, you come out with a different answer than what I don't know, shady fucking trading gurus with a toothpick in their mouth flipping a nickel in the corner in a shady alleyway. Hey, come here, want to buy some of this? That's what it seems like to me. Very unsophisticated, idiot-sounding morons talking about, yeah, bro, it's just a moving average. You just check the trade. It's just a numbers game. This kind of stuff, right? People, just a numbers game. Look at me throwing relevant memes into the conversation. Look, people that teach trading sound like idiots to me for the most part. They don't sound smart, and they're teaching stuff that doesn't sound smart to begin with. And you guys are gobbling it up. So the idea was like, can we create something a little more mathematically sophisticated, but not make it hard for you guys? Margin requirements are designed off of a range of risk of reportable positions. That's it. So, like whenever people report their positions, the CME group says, okay, there's liquidity like clustered up here and clustered up here. So let's do a calculation. Aha, okay, the margin requirement needs to be $12,000 per contract. We use a program called SPAN. We took SPAN and reverse engineered the margin requirement to come back with the expected ranges of liquidity. Markets don't usually crash when they're liquid. The reason it's 88% number of days that close inside these bands because markets tend to stay liquid most of the time. It takes a really strong event for markets to break into illiquid space. It doesn't happen that much. So the idea was, can I produce boundaries of liquidity, i.e. high volume pivots that resist illiquid movements? And sure enough, I could. This is the first thing I created, and we evolved that risk interval into what's called the DD band. It's a band of range of how far the futures can deviate from the stocks they're tracking. And as you see, it is a gorgeous high volume pivot, pre-market, post-market, after hours, you name it. Markets like to run up to them, and that's the end of the day. Markets like to dance to them and pull right back up. These numbers are given to you at 5 p.m. the night before. And as you see at 9 in the morning, they're here. I use Thinkorswim to show the history there. But as you see, when you do break through these bands, the market tends to fall apart. Look at the downside. As you hit the band, look at the high volume pivot that spikes up, right? And then you hit it again, there's other volume, and then now the market's irrational. And look at how choppy in volume it is, and the volatility just goes through the roof. These are like the 8% of days that break through. But the majority of days tend to hold liquidity. Without the news event to break the market doesn't usually randomly break. And why we don't short above the upper band, as I told you, when bull side breaks happen, the bull side tends to hang on. We don't short bull markets for this reason. And for this reason, I don't fade the bull market. I don't fade the bull market. Bull markets love to stay bullish. When liquidity breaks, when liquidity boundaries break to the upside and create a short squeeze, markets don't like to reverse. And outside of the band, we usually take extreme caution to trading. So as you see, sometimes you'll break, but on normal days, you usually resist. As a long trade, that's the perfect exit on a long trade. On a short trade, it's the perfect exit on a short trade. You guys like that? No, Thinkorswim's not a requirement. I just do it so that I can show you the history of them. I'm just showing you for the educational purposes. Don't think about what platform I'm using. It's just easy for me to scroll through and show you the history. You see right here? Does everyone see the high volume pivot right here? And that's one of the things we did. So it took us down this path of creating things that can predict high volume pivots based on mechanical pieces of the market. Margin requirement is a mechanical thing. You can calculate the margin requirement with the reportable positions. Have you guys seen enough? Are you convinced that these are high volume pivots? Have I convinced you yet? Are we good? Can we move on? Or do y'all want to see like 50 more? That's at noon. All right. Can we move on? I do have it on my main chart. Hold on, let me see what you guys are asking. Okay. So going forward, the idea was predicting volume is better than trying to predict price action. Technical analysis tries to predict price action. We try to predict volume with the mechanical things. Watch. Here's the bands for today. Watch when the S&P just walks right up to it. Like, who here is in a trade? We teach, you know, as next pivot, DD is the perfect exit. Who here is in a trade looking for DD band on S&P? Just curious. Oh, and just so you know, there's the volume on NASDAQ. There's the high volume on the breach of the band. NASDAQ hit its band first. And usually if I'm trading, I exit my trade right there. That's where that volume comes in. But see, when the volume increases and decreases around the other side of the pivot, the NASDAQ likely has some propulsion to keep going for S&P to finish its move to the top. You got a 4-year-old yourself, Fausto? Isn't it the greatest age? I'm going to tell you. 4, if you have a kid, don't miss ages 3 through 6. More like 3 through 5. Those are like the age that you don't want to miss. That's like the best. That's when you like if you were like a kid yourself when you had a kid, you watch your kid go to 3 to 5, you grow up with your kid. You become an adult. You realize that you have a little version of yourself like in those 2 years. Those are the years you don't want to miss. Such a great, great time. 4-year-olds, perfect. That's like that sweet spot. Matt is more gifted in logic and philosophy than math. Ability to rationalize and realize are rare. One thing you learn in the class is how smart Matt is. Kind of plays down on YouTube. I kind of am goofy on YouTube more than anything, but that's to keep you guys entertained. I try not to be super preachy and math nerd on YouTube. How you enter and exit a trade with, how do I enter and exit trades with 5 accounts at the same time? Shannon, I have 5 DOMs separated on my screen. On my screen over here to the right, I have one of the DOMs here. Then I have the DOMs usually spread out to the right like this. Now, because I have them traded differently, because 2 of them are on a different path than the others, I got the 2 that need to make 900 over here. And I have the 2 that need to make 1800 over here. Split up so I can keep eye on them. But I freaked out this morning because I thought I had them backwards. And I keep the other one over here. So I'm usually click, 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 click. And I'm watching all of them if I trade them all at the same time. When I got Apex, I got 20 of them up. Usually with Apex, I'll group them into groups of 4 or 5 though. 5 groups of 4, 4 groups of 5. And I trade them with Tradeify's grouping. But I only group small chunks just to keep the DOMs minimized. You done your trade? 25K first day. Let's go, Shannon. There you go. There you go, man. Very good, bro. Like it. Does it make sense to take the risk intervals for future and convert them for their indexes? Gabriel, great question. The answer is no, because any converted target will not be the same target. It will dance around because they don't trade one-to-one like this. They like the SPY and S&P futures, they trade like this, like they go up at different rates. And so the fraction between them is never 10-to-1. Like the fraction is never the same. So because they trade differently, if I were to convert 60-21 to a SPY equivalent and it was to like draw a line, like basically right here, every single time the candles would update, if you had this updating in real time, your line would like move around like this. It'd be a moving target. If you don't understand why it's a moving target, ask me why is it a moving target again. But anything that you convert from one to the other, if the 2 things aren't identical in ratio, then the converted target is going to dance around in real time. So to prevent yourself from having to aim for a moving target in your planning, just plan on the one that's static. That's why I keep them side by side, for the very reason of not converting. You could convert them, but it's a kind of a more complex math problem to keep it from moving all around your screen. We call it the dance. You don't want it to dance. What are the reasons the green lines work on Thinkorswim? Yeah, nothing crazy about Thinkorswim, Ty. It's easier to show the history of Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has more historic data than we do. Volume. How do you enter and exit trades? Oh, no, yeah. I don't believe what you're saying. Why now? Just finding you, Tristan Hudson. You have the passion behind the brain. Trait you look for from people I learn from. I learned this as a philosophy in life. I surround myself. There are 2 types of people in this world. There are people that just became something big and they want to surround themselves with worshipers. Scan around YouTube and think about it. Don't name people here, but think about people whose entire personality is, I'm a king and y'all are all my followers. I want to be worshipped. There's that kind of person. But then there's a person like me who always wants to be the dumbest guy in the room. Every one of my friends is, if not smarter, certainly richer, certainly more connected than I am. I hang around people I aspire to be. I don't hang around people that I want to be the person they want to worship. So you guys are trying to hang around people that you want to emulate or learn from. So do I. I'm always seeking that. I don't like being the center of attention in a room. I like being the quiet guy in the corner, soaking up information from the center of attention. I'm always looking up. And if that's how you feel, then you're in the right path. Surround yourself. I think it was Robert Gojevich. I always say his name wrong. The shark from Shark Tank. He said, I didn't get to where I am in life by not hiring people smarter than me to work for me. And I thought that's exactly right. Everyone at my company is a genius at what it is they do. And they teach me more than I tell them what to do. You think I woke up and just figured out how to build a trading platform on my own? I had my developers teach me stuff I didn't know, you know. Questions. So NQ blew through DD. Yeah, very nice, right? So there's going to be resistance there. You're going to see it. Trust me. Here's the pullback. NQ is likely testing it right now, and that's expected. So we'll see if we get that little pullback there. But yeah, NQ busted right through that. And look at the volume that comes from busting. Once you enter that liquid boundary to the illiquid boundary, look at all that volume that comes through. All those shorts got squeezed out right there. There's a lot of hedging at this area on the edge. S&P still has a path to go higher, which is nice. Some more questions you guys have. Yeah, 22. You guys nailed it. Who did the Nasdaq trade today? Did y'all crush it? Blasted through, baby. Traded to DD to avoid the risk. Yeah, I always exit to DD. That's it. I always get out. Yeah, DD bands based on margin requirements for futures, as Gabriel said. Thank you, Matt. Shannon. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm proud, dude. I'm proud of you, dude. I'm literally proud of seeing when I see people that like crush it. See, I don't work for these prop firms. They don't pay me salaries, nothing. I've got no incentive to do anything other than to watch good, hardworking people get what they deserve. I don't think people deserve to make money trading in general. If you walk in and want an easy path to the top, usually when somebody asks me, Matt, you got a signal service, I usually go, fuck you. What? Stranger. That's like a stranger coming up to me when I win the lottery. Hey, man, can I have $1 million? Like, you're rich, right? Can I get some money? I'm usually like, fuck you. Like, what? Let me just give you handouts. Yes, this is how the world works. Come over here and I'll give you the handouts now. You guys are like, Matt, I want to learn what you do. And I take pride in that. You know why? Because I paid my dues. Had a long conversation with one of my closest friends in trading world. If you guys know Sniper Sim. Sim, y'all know her? We were on the phone for like 2 hours last night, just catching up. We hadn't talked in a while. And we're just chatting about the industry, about the market, about everything. And we're both two people that had that same mentality of like, fuck you to people that want handouts. We're like two people that hustle. We both came from nothing. And we hustled to build ourselves up in trading. And we both take extreme like hatred towards like, you know, paper trading gurus. We both take extreme hatred towards people that try to fake it till they make it, or towards people that like want easy handouts, because like we both had that passionate mentality like towards trading. Like we earned it and you want to earn it. And if you're the kind of person that wants to earn it, like we invest in you. We both are the same way. Like I'll invest in somebody who's like, I want this so bad, I want to earn it. And like I come from that working class mentality of nothing was given to you. You kill what you eat. And people that come to us like that and say, hey, there's a trade room. Oh, you guys do signal service? I'm usually like, I don't even try to. It's like, no, join the room anyways. We have other stuff. I'm usually like, you're not the kind of person we want. Nope, sorry, not for you. And I move on. I don't even entertain them further. So people are like, hey man, can I get your trade signals? In my brain, I'm usually like, fuck you. But in my mind, I'm usually like, nah, we don't have that. Have a good day. I'm never like, oh, well, we have a lifetime membership and you can learn this. I'm like, this kind of person that's going to come here, be fucking lazy, not learn anything, and go out and suck and then write bad reviews because they suck, not us. But everyone that comes here and says, hey, I want to learn what you do, I invest. I invest my time. I invest my energy. You guys pay me $1 for 2 hours of my time for the classes. Because I really want education to be affordable and cheap. All the $20 just goes into building the platform. It's not even money that we make, you know, and it's like, it makes you guys take it seriously. And I take passion in that. And I like that there's other traders and educators out there that take that. If you guys don't know Sim, she's awesome. She's the SPX. She's like known as like the tape reading genius on the FinTwit world. Straight up flow trader. She's SPX options and stuff. But yeah, it's like we just both catching up, and it's like, how's business going? Well, how's your business going? You know, how's things going? And so classes are at 3:30 Eastern. So when people hear like, I want to learn what you do, I really take passion in teaching. I used to teach at University of Houston. I taught engineering classes. And it was like, I loved watching people want to learn something. And to me, I don't know what it is. It's just like in my blood to be a teacher. I like it. I'm not like, give me money, I'll give you signals. I just laugh at that. I'm like, no, you don't deserve it. I watch good, honest, hardworking people get it, learn it, earn it. I feel prideful. Like, I'm like, yes, you guys are my friends. We did this together. We figured it out. And I physically love it. You can see in my eyes, I love it. Is knowing the DOM necessary for the system? No. We don't use any level 2 data. James, good question. How do I know to buy the open? What signal? Frog Dog. It's literally drawn in front of you on the screen. This right here. The black line is open. When you take our courses, you'll learn all this. The liquidity map has the guide with everything on it. This is by far my Bible for trading. This will tell you everything I'm going to do. This right here. There's a lot of shorthand that like explains a lot of stuff, but the classes will decipher all of this. So trade 1A on this code BLD, 1A black diamond, open price 930. I can take the trade at the open to the next resistance, which is the white line. And the next resistance, we have a class that teaches you the 6 exit targets I usually look for. I buy at the open under certain conditions. And the conditions are actually literally written right here. Nothing here is guess. Everything here is literally flashcards. I never deviate from this. This is a guide. I follow this to a T. Frog Dog. Do I wait for ES to tap the band? It can, right? Nasdaq is in the process of retapping its band right now. So watch this. Let's watch it live. Nasdaq is the first to hit that resistance. And we'll see what Nasdaq does right here. I would still be in the long trade up to there. I just can't make any more money. I've maxed out. Y'all love Sim. She's hardcore. Yeah, dude. She's like more no bullshit than I am. Like, she's the no bullshit queen of no bullshit. It's like hard to pull a fast one on me. It's hard to pull. It's impossible to pull a fast one on her. She's seen it all, been through it all. Can you do a quick review of where the platform showed where to enter on Nasdaq today? Yeah, I just did, but the open gap and go is a trade. If you gap up and you support at the open, it is a trade. I'll trade bigger or more confidently if this resilience number is greater than 0, and it was out the door. Once the stocks fill their gaps and resilience start to improve, this white line is a gap fill predictor in this side of this box. So the polarity shifted, and it's also a support outside of the box. So greater than 0, less than 0. That's how it works. And so down here, while it was still figuring itself out, this has to do with just the volatility that we're experiencing. You're going to see choppiness. It's not going to be easy all the time. In this environment, those that have taken the class, VVIX is high, VIX over triple B. Resilience is sometimes going to be a little delayed or even choppy on the way up. But when you get those perfect VIX signals, resilience is going to be much cleaner, I promise. So longing from the open to next resistance is literally what this flashcard shows. That's one of my favorite traits, the gap and go. If it dips to yellow line, which is way down here, there's also a setup. This is so far away, I'm not considering it right now. It's just in my back pocket. So if I were to long right here, I always stop one strike lower. So my stop would practically be right there anyways. Market started to rally. Then the stocks started filling their gap, as you see. And then right about here, we were mentioning, the gap's going to fill. And the gap filled, and then it stabilized here. There's no action anymore. If I were to long and not take the stop, like basically my soft stop would be watching this, and then it holds. I'm like, okay, we're good. Hold, hold, hold. I'm just watching for this white line to improve and be drastically above 0 right here. And exactly this moment in time is when we got our first signal that it was above 0. So this support at the moment this indicator is greater than 0 is an entry signal. This is an entry signal. This exactly right here. This one was not an entry signal. It's less than 0. This one right here was hinting at an entry signal. So the market was trying to fight supporting the open. But either case, if I just choose to long for the 3-to-1 trade, I can just choose to long and hold through this. This is just a caution as to how big I trade. If resilience is disagreeing with the direction I want to go in, then I just actually sit out or trade smaller. But I always will take the liquidity map commit to trade. I will commit to that trade. If resilience is less than 0, I'll start trimming, taking risk off the table. If it's greater than 0, I'll hit it a little bigger. And that's how that works. So this is how much should I trade, how confident I am in the move. But when I commit to the trade, it's 3-to-1, regardless of what resilience says. This is telling me that the index is and the stocks are differing from each other. The stocks were selling off, so the index yanked down, and then the index rallied first before the stocks all caught up. And you see that happen a lot of times in volatile markets. There's your DD band attempted a test right now, by the way. Great questions. Can I open DIA and show me what your data looks like? Yeah, what's going on with DIA today? That's weird. No clue, PJ. Something weird with that ticker. Is that what you're referring to? Very weird. I agree. Classes are 3:30 Instacane, and they're recorded. You can watch them at your leisure. Yep. If anybody knew signals that weren't guaranteed, they wouldn't sell. Yeah, they wouldn't tell anybody. Yeah, exactly. Because they don't work. There's no such thing as a signal. The way that trading works for me is I bet properly. The sizing of my position is this little column right here. Small, medium, normal, 0, sit out. This is my position sizing. Each one of these has a probability and a confidence that I bet correctly, the correct size on. And as somebody said, Ryan, this with the 20 class. Yeah, the class is going, what I just showed you is part of what the class is like. It's explaining why I make the trade, how big I make the trade, where I put my stop. All of this is literally what the courses are in, yeah. So we start over with our 20 days on Monday. We're at class like 19 right now. We're at the end. The final class will be how to hack trader funding programs. My last class is going to be a banger. The secrets to trader funding programs, how to beat them. Is a platform available in Spain? Yeah, Paduchan, it's actually web-based, so it's available anywhere where there's internet. TJ, you demand just past 3 evals. Thanks, seen Rocket Scooter. My man, there you go. There you go. Nice job. Frog Duck says amazing accuracy. DD band is really good. It's really good. I mean, the CME group tells you there's a thing here. They literally tell you. You don't know they tell you, but I know they tell you because I read the math and I figured out how that program works. They're saying liquidity is bounded inside of this range. That's why we set the margin requirements the way that we did. And we just turned it the other way. It's a pretty cool thing, but that just the bands alone should tell you the magnitude at which the things we create are of that complexity. There's no like, essentially all it is high volume pivot, derived from margin requirements. We have 15 things that we've created. This is just one. 15 different things that are all volume predicting exploits. I don't say indicators, we call them exploits here. That was a perfect bounce. Yeah, this one. Oh yeah. Perfect bounce. So I usually take the gap and go on a nice bull setup. I do. I love it. It's one of my favorites to take. Love it. Sorry about James. No. How dare you how dare you apologize for asking questions? That's what this is about. You guys, I like helping you guys. This is why we do this. This YouTube stream doesn't make me money. I'm here to hang out with you guys and teach y'all. Ask as much as you want. That's what it's about. If you're going through the training, the getting the CQG data, will I be able to backtest on the platform? We don't have backtest ability on the platform yet. We're building it this year. But we give you the odds from a backtest. Our members have gone out of their way to do backtest data by collecting data over the years and then doing a backtest. That's where these numbers come from. I keep spitting out. So we'll have a module for you guys to be able to do your own backtest later. Do I long again on NQ when it touches the band? You can. If the rule is yes, I can if I can identify a pivot. So let's go ahead and play a game real quick. Let's call it, let's identify the pivots. Do we have any pivots to play with on QQQ or NASDAQ? Let's see. Do we have any gaps to fill? We need upper targets out of bounds here. I don't know if we have any gaps though. I think we're at highs again, right? Close to highs. Yeah, no gaps to be filled. Have no upper boundaries on targets. We need to find. Let me get a target. I'm gonna show you guys one technique here. The only thing we have it's even in the vicinity are the yellow lines. So let's draw a couple. Gotta find a good exit target. I've been lazy with these, but let's draw them. This is another trick, you guys. Y'all are gonna love this one. This is called an illiquidity pivot. This is based on a number that our platform gives you in this table down at the bottom. Why can't I see? What the heck is this green line I drew right here? What is this? Oh, it's DD band. Okay, so where is the wick on this candle? Oh, it's all the way at the bottom. Oh yeah. Yeah, so remember the day when the market gapped down, you know, Trump's Monday? We gapped down to the DD band and rallied right back up. Isn't that crazy? Like I tell you, it's one of my favorites. Future is one of my favorites. I love this pivot. Okay, so this is going to predict a high pivot. That's out of bounds. Where is this 22,449 coming from? Did we ever break through that? 21,157. Oh yeah, we did. So that doesn't apply anymore. Let's bring this one over here. I got some levels for you guys. Actually got a couple. This is on the DD cheat sheet. Nasdaq has 2 illiquidity pivots. Unfortunately, we're at both of them right now. I didn't even see this. So these are breakout pivots to the high, pretty far away. So today, if I were to long from here, that's the next pivot. Unfortunately, there's nowhere good to go. But if S&P were to continue to go and this were to continue to rally, 173 is the next level up here. So right now, because this next pivot is so close, I probably wouldn't take this long here. So outside of these bands, I usually long. There's a rule of this right here. It literally tells you what I just did. So outside of the band, I long on MHP, bear zone top, bull zone bottom, and yellow lines only. So my bad, I actually forgot my own rule. We actually removed this week. We don't use these anymore as exit targets. These are only entry targets below. Ignore what I said about these red lines. The yellow line at the top is the next target. So we're good on NASDAQ. We disqualified red lines as exit targets. We had a whole debate about it in our group here. So it's practically unbounded to the upside. While it is showing resistance at these red lines, you'll expect that. We don't consider them exit targets. Typically, bull markets will blast right through them. So S&P, we got to find another target. There's not one in NASDAQ nearby. This S&P have a better one. NASDAQ's a little far away. And again, I use Thinkorswim to do these calculations because they're easy to. So S&P, that IRL right there. Let me do see if I have any more. Yeah, so 6160 is the next guy here. So S&P, if it breaks through DD, it's got 2 really strong targets nearby. So if we were to continue to rally, we've got some good upside to 6160. And this pivot is here for a while. It's a really strong pivot. It's another technique, and there's a high volume pivot off of it. This is a really cool technique, again, built off of margining principles. This one's called the margin buffer limit. It's a whole different thing. The cool thing is you guys don't even have to learn what that stuff is. We just tell you how to do the technique. So today, there's really nothing. It's kind of unbounded. So I would like exit my trade here and be done. But if it breaks through here, 6160 is the next ups. So we got a little bit on that one. And this tells me exactly what you're asking. I can long from here, yes, to MHP, bear zone top, bull zone bottom, or yellow line. So in S&P, there's nothing. It's empty on SPY. And then this just has, oh, and there's a 6132 gap fill. Let me double check. I guess there's a gap fill there. Oh, that's the futures gap. Okay, we still have a futures gap fill. Oh, that's where that is. Okay, yeah. So futures still have to fill that gap. Remember that big gap we had like months ago? S&P still has to fill that. So that's the next target then, actually. I guess I overlooked that. My bad. Wait a minute. Don't listen to me. Why do I have a gap target there? Okay, no, there is no gap fill. What the hell am I talking about? What is this? Okay, my data's all chunked up for now. Something's going on. Something's weird. Okay, don't listen to me. There's no gap fill. Unless I'm wrong. Okay, don't listen. When I go to look, something weird is going on with my S&P data. I need to refresh the platform. There is no gap at 6132. What the heck? Let me try something. Guys, I don't know where this is going. Is somebody talking? Oh, God. That guy is back. You know this guy that comes in here chatting? He runs a YouTube channel, a really small one that exists in our shadow. And always shows up with a fake account as soon as he's done streaming. He doesn't know why he doesn't grow. I know why he doesn't grow. But anyways. He mad. Oh. I show my statements. I show my performance results. I show my payouts. I show my deposits in my bank. I've been trading with Tradeify for 14 days. And I'm up like $40,000. Straight to funded. I'm live funded with Elite Trader Funding. They gave me real money to trade with. A real trading account. I'll just luck into that, my man. So yeah, I don't know where this white line came from, so I'm going to delete that. There is no gap fill in futures. Yeah, don't ban the idiot. He's got 6 million fake accounts. Keeps coming back. But it must be confusing to him why nobody in the industry wants to talk to him or work with him. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Review today. Might have missed it. Yeah. That top step. Did I start? I am not giving any attention or love to my top step. I need to. I promise. Starting Monday, I'll be doing my top step and paying attention to it. I'm so not. It's over here on this screen. I haven't even. My computer is actually closed. So. So, I know this guy, Jack. Rock Suiter is so good that Matt's willing to reveal it to you at a low price and losing edge, make it public. That's not how edges work. I don't know where you went to school, but I want to go to where you went to school, and I want to, like, throw a pie at your math teacher's face for being a fucking moron and not teaching you how edges work. Literally. I wish I can go back in time and fire this person because they didn't teach anything. Edges on arbitrage don't work with more people that do them. That's not what that's. I mean, you're exploiting arbitrage. It's the only edge that gets closed when it's revealed to more people. Let me teach you how this Jack Levy guy is an absolute moron. Have you guys, all right, here in chat's heard of somebody called Zach Morris on Twitter? Have you heard of this? You heard of that guy? He's a Houstonian like me. You heard of him? Let me teach you the secret to making money as a trader. All right. All you need to do is buy something and tell 500,000 fucking people that you bought it, and they all buy it, and then it goes through the roof. The more people that do certain things, the edge gets even bigger and better. But you can't expect morons who sell technical analysis on failing YouTube channels to understand that. That's why they come here when they're done streaming, because they're wondering why we got so big. Here's how I got so big. I just show my trading results, which is something that these people don't do. That edge works all the time. The more people that do something, in many instances, the better it works. The pyramid schemes work on that principle. Jesus Christ, there's a million kind of ways edges improve. So the idea is, oh, they would share their edge and it wouldn't work anymore is something an absolute moron who failed at mathematics would preach about. An edge, only arbitrage edge will lose its edge. An arbitrage is trading two markets that are dissimilar. The more people that push the arbitrage away, yes, in that instance it'll go. But we're not teaching arbitrage edge here. But anyways, your math teacher is fired. And please, for the love of God, just shut up and learn something. I would just implore anybody who does. I swear to you, Mr. Random Guy that comes here and trolls, I could make your YouTube big overnight with the wave of my magic wand. I can literally make your YouTube grow tenfold in a single moment of my effort. Or we can do the opposite. So, you know, shut the fuck up. Thank you. Go away. All right, what's next? The UCL. No, it's a person that runs a really small YouTube channel, and I know it because my moderators watch them and they send me a message and say he's done streaming, and then usually shows up here. We get a little boost of like 10 people on our viewer base every time this guy shows up. So usually the 30 people that watch him, when they're done, they usually some of the time the Discord talking smack. It's just what happens when you get big. You always get haters, but they're mad because you're big and that's it. And they're mad that I show real account, real money, and they don't. And this is just how it is. I've been in this industry long enough to see how it is. Don't listen to people like that. They try to make up some nonsense. So you understand arbitrage edge. Yeah, you share that, it goes away. But if I were to tell people, everyone buy at 6,000, and I got 10 million people to do it, buy at 6,000 becomes a trading book you need to buy. Somehow that's the magic technique that works better than anything else. I mean, shit, the whole crypto industry is based on the more people that do something, the better the edge is. Person never traded anything a day in their life. It's weird. But the idea is I'm not selling an edge. I'm selling a trading platform. It's not even, it's a platform. All the extra stuff is just bonus. If you use the platform, I teach you how to trade. I think is someone actually interested in being successful. It doesn't matter if Matt does or doesn't. Take the teaching, apply it. Yeah, that's it. So I always like to use the Zach Morris equation as an understanding of a counter argument to idiotic, like people that like that, they sell stupidity for a living and then they come in here and preach the same stupidity just to show you how dumb they really are. Like I wouldn't buy anything. From people that think like that. I'm not selling an edge. I'm not selling trading call outs. I'm selling anything. But I did make a trading platform. And yes, we just passed our 10,000th user. So no, I don't think I'm big because 300 people watch me. I think I'm big because the platform dumps millions of dollars into my pocket every year. And then I use that money to reinvest in the platform to build bigger stuff for y'all. So I think I'm big because I have the world's funnest job. I love it. KJ says, he secretly loves me deeply. I love how people love me. Anyways, like I said, I don't even have to argue. My trading results speak for themselves. I would call out, last thing I'm going to say, I would actually call out this person. But the thing is that I go through extreme measures to not give them any spotlight under my name. We know exactly who it is. We have all the data and all the information. It's another YouTuber, and they're small, very small. That's about 10 people. That's about half of their viewer base. And they come here when they're done streaming. And my mods are so ahead of it, they send me messages like, hey, he's done streaming. This is the moment. Literally walks in with the other 10 people. And when you block them, they come back with the fake name. It's the same thing every day. But this is 10 people, and this is half of their viewer base. They're also selling courses and memberships and stuff. We're just that good. Our mods are on to you, buddy. But I'm glad that your 10 people like to come view our stream. Here's how you can be smarter than me. At least wait 30 minutes till you're done streaming. You know what I'm saying? You're not smarter than me, guy. You want me to show you the message my mod sent me? Oof. Matt, you're on the site clicking subscription. We can see you need a PayPal page. The site take PayPal. We don't have PayPal, unfortunately, James. We just do Stripe credit cards. Most people are lifetime members. Yeah, I'd say the majority of our members are lifetime members. Everything's bigger in Texas. It is. What's the dash line on SPY chart? The dash line is the half gap. So it's the halfway point between the open and close. James says, I'd like to thank that channel. That's how you found me. You've been watching me for days. Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, I appreciate the 10 people that do come over here. It's fun. Like I said, I don't even make fun of people or make fun of people individually. I'm friends with everybody. And anybody that decides to work with us, we always work with them. I mean, we're cool, but there's some people that just think they're the best and they want everyone to know they're the best, and they don't realize that mentality puts them in a corner and no one ever knows they exist. And I learned this. This is a principle I'll teach people in trading. Trading or anything in this world, the only way to get ahead in this world is knowing people who are further ahead than you are. People open doors one by one, and your life will get better. Spend your time, everyone, is a trading thing. Spend your time removing your ego from your things that you do, and instead humble yourself in front of other people that are bigger than you. Don't be like, I'm better than them, I deserve it. Be like, how'd they get so big? Can you teach me what you know? And then people open doors for you, and life just happens to get better. Just by an attitude change. And I think you guys will have a lot more fun in life whenever you realize that. Michael, Benny, oh my God. They hate us because they ain't us. Matt's respecting him in the most respectful way. I love it. I know. I am very kind. It's called the Texas... It's called the Texas insult. You tell people, oh, bless your heart. You're basically just insulting people in the sweetest way possible. But no. But seriously though, it's just goofy that it's a YouTuber. There were like 40 something people watching them live, and then half of them pile on the channel when they're done. And then they just obsess. I don't know why, but I think the reason they don't get big is because nobody knows who they are, and they do stuff like this, and they don't make friends. And making friends will get you guys everywhere you need to go. This is a secret of life. Just make friends. Making friends is fun. Making friends is bae. Making friends is how you get ahead. Making friends with people that are bigger than you. Don't think that you're better than them. Think in your head, but work with them. Work with people, and people will open doors for you all the time. I make friends not because I walk in and go, I'm the world's best trader. Everyone needs to bow down to me. I'm a king. I'm not the kind of person. I want to surround myself with people that are better than me. For instance, right? Do you see how everybody's packed into this bar at the Super Bowl, yet my dog is spinning at the fucking DJ booth? That's not because I walk into this room and tell everybody I know everybody. I'm better than everybody. I'm better. Just because I have friends. Look at how many people are packed in shoulder to shoulder, and look at iDoc and Pickle with the DJ standing right here holding his headphones. He's like, oh, that's cute. Let's do that. This is not because I go in there with a dipshit attitude. I don't have to stand around a bunch of people and crowd myself in to get a drink. I'm literally standing here in this wide open space with my dog goofing around the DJ table. That just comes from just being cool and being friendly and being nice. And that's the secret to life. That's literally the secret to life. You get ahead and you get favors and you get people. We walked in, the owner of that club was like, hey, we got, you guys come over here, come to our table, let's hang out. Hey, we got chicken wings, whatever. They just wanted us to be there in their little section. We didn't even have to, I didn't even pay for anything that entire day. We ate, we drank, we hung out. I was free just because I knew people. And it's like, you might think the funniest thing is that the people that are rich or have money go out there and live the lifestyle you want. I do so much stuff for free because the owner walks up and shakes my fucking hand when I get there. It's no advantage I have in life that got me there. It's just being cool with people. If you sit down with somebody and say, can you tell me your story? I promise you, they will walk you to the back of the restaurant and show you every single thing they made. And then you're friends for life. You invest in people and they will love opening doors for you. That's how life really is. So like, if you guys are always like trying to figure out like how you can get ahead in life, sometimes it's just a bump from somebody who's further ahead than you are. The best way is just to go out there and make a lot of friends. Theme song finals tomorrow. I don't have time to do it today. How do you feel if you become successful with the Rocket Scooter? To have your own stream showing how you trade utilizing it? No, Matt. Matt, this is made for the public, for you guys. I'm not a person that's picky. I'm not a person that's going to be mad. Like, that's my stuff. Don't sell it. I would love for people to create a business if they wanted to. I don't want anything of it. I don't want a part of it. I don't want a cut of it. Go out there and to your heart's content, show people Rocket Scooter, and that's it. I would love to see people take the reins. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm giving enough trolls, I might have a heart attack and not be here forever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, do it, man. I would love to see other people carrying the torch because I'd love to see other perspectives. How do other people use this? That would make me so happy. Am I trading Lumbers futures? No, I'm trading S&P and NASDAQ futures. Is there a Windows client? Cody, it's all cloud-based. So you can, it's in a browser. So we don't do deployable executables. You just basically load up the browser and then you load up the thing and that's it. I turned my Edge into a desktop app, which is why the hotbar is gone at the top. The URL bar is gone. But there's a trick in Windows 11 that you can remove the URL bar. This is a browser that you're staring at right here. It just looks like a desktop app. Mac makes friends because I'm friendly. I make friends because I ask people about them. That's it. That is the secret. You guys want to, if you get, you can grind out becoming a better trader. You want a secret though to getting ahead in life, go try to meet some people. If you put in a little effort, within 3 months, you'll probably be walking up and getting bottle service for free. You get to know one person, then ask them who they know and ask them who they know and just network. Networking, there's the saying that network is net worth. And that's really it. Like I said, you might think, oh my God, Matt's living this lifestyle. I walk up and the owner shakes our hand and says, hey, I got a table over here right behind the DJ booth. You guys can sit here. Nobody's crowded. My girlfriend gets to sit there and stretch her legs. Food and drinks are free. Doing a shot with the owner. Goofing around with the DJ. Hey, can we take a picture with my dog spinning at your table? He's like, oh, that's cute. Let's do it. You know, it's like that comes from nothing. That's not my trading that got me there. That's not money that got me there. It's just being friendly. And then, you know, you might happen to run into that one investor who likes your cool idea, who says, you know, I've been looking for a project. I like what you're thinking. You know, I'd like to work with you. And all of a sudden your dreams come true just from a chance meeting. And like, that's kind of like, and plus Pickle is kind of the one that got us the favors there. But it's kind of like one of the lies of like what I call trader porn is like watching all these traders with all this money. You may think that they're just brute forcing themselves into a lifestyle, and maybe they are, wasting all their money, popping bottles, spending tens of thousands at the club, like whatever. It's like the real secret of life is to walk up and do most of that stuff for free. That's how you really know you've made it. Now, you don't ask for it for free. You insist on paying, but then they insist on you taking it because they'd rather you be there so that other people see you there rather than you not be there. So they'll let you come and hang out for free because when you tweet about it, tons of people might come, or you're just a cool person that everyone knows and they know that everyone knows and likes you. And if you're there at their place and not at their competitor's place, it's a business decision for them. So like in life, it's all about who you know. And I always tell people that. Be kind to people. Be cordial to people. If people are bigger and better than you, Go out there and be their friend. Don't go out there and be salty because they have something you don't have. Because at some point they were in your shoes, networking their way up. There's a leap competition on TradingView you should join. Frog Dog, I joined it, but I gave up on it because people made 500% in a day. The very first day was that Trump tariff with Mexico and Canada, and market completely gapped down. And then that day, everyone YOLO'd the dip, and the market rallied straight up. And I didn't do that. And people got 500% in the first day. So now it's like, there's no way I'm going to waste my time grinding that out for a month. I kind of want to work my way up on the leaderboard with Top Step instead. Do I have a timeline for how long Rocket Scooter will be around? Forever. There's no projected end to this project. If one, though, lumber thought hypothetically go up in the future, how would I capitalize on it? I would trade lumber futures. If I wanted to bet on the price of lumber, there's a futures contract for it. Andrew says authentic. Yep, just be authentic. Don't try to put on a show. Here's another thing too. When you're networking with people, especially people that are like wealthier or higher in business or even like social status, you're networking, the last thing you do is sit there and talk about yourself. Don't try to impress people with what you have or what you've made or what you've done. Only talk about yourself when you're asked about yourself. Don't walk in there and say, ooh, I'm going to inject this into the conversation. These people are going to like me. The more interest you show in them, the more they're going to like you. This is how dating works as well. If you guys are striking out, your girls are striking out on your first dates, don't go into a date trying to get people to like you. People like you when you show that you're interested in them. That's a trick. That's a socialite trick. Walk around, learn about people, and the more interest, the more you ask about them, the more they'll entertain anything. And they'll ask about you eventually. Wisdom. It's good wisdom. In your job, do the same thing. You want your boss to give you the promotion instead of your colleagues. Don't try to outperform your colleagues with work. That's part of it. But, you know, in Texas, when you go on a job interview, here's 3 ways to get a job in Texas. You ready? You guys ready? You want to get a job as easy as you can in a company in Texas? Learn everything there is to know about these 3 things. You guys writing this down? Everybody write this down. This is a guaranteed job offer when competing for an interview. You ready? Write it down. You need to know everything about the Texas Longhorns. You need to know everything about the Texas Aggies. And you need to know everything about the Cougars, UH. And maybe Texas Tech as a little side item. But when you go into that office and you're talking about the job and you see an Aggie ring on his finger, or you look around, no, not pro. No, people in Texas don't like pro football as much as their college. You go into the office and you deduce that they were one of those 3 schools. All you have to do is just talk about the football team and they're going to like you. And that's it. I got my first job out of school because the person that I interviewed with went to my school. And we talked halfway through the interview. We just talked about the professors we had together. We talked about our school. It didn't even matter. It just, when people like you and think you're cool, that's half the battle. That's it. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. But you find as Garrett said, find the common ground. And that's the most common ground you're going to have in Texas because everyone loves their football team in Texas. It's such a thing in Texas. And chances are the person interviewing you went to one of those 3 schools. So the odds are really high that conversation topic will be there. It's a math thing. You're playing the odds. It's a very easy conversation to have. Is a short valid NQ? No, I'm not. I don't short up here. I don't short against the bull market. In the South, it's like college football or Greek life. Yeah. So again, that's finding a common ground is a way. Now, if you want to expand your horizon behind football, there's a lot of common talking points. But normally, when you sit down and interview, look around the office, find something that you can relate to, and then talk about it. Hey, you and your wife went, hiking at this one place. I've been to Colorado. I love it. Did you guys have fun? And all of a sudden, you're the one interviewing the interviewer because you're asking them questions and they're answering your questions. There's a whole, I could write a whole book on this stuff, but the power is in your hands at that point when you're the one guiding the interview and you're the one that looks impressive because you're asking them about themselves. And they're really going to like it because when you ask me stuff, this whole stream is you guys asking me stuff. I fucking love talking about myself. The more you ask me, I'll tell you everything I do because people love that. But it makes them like you more. If you sit on the interview and try to brag about how good you are, they're going to roll their eyes because every candidate's good. You wouldn't make it that far if you weren't good. So you're not going to have much that's going to stand out. And trust me, if you did have something that would stand out, you didn't need to tell them. They're going to ask you about it. Hey, I saw on your resume, you made 50% gain on the company. How did you do that? Don't walk in and be like, hey, by the way, I just want you to know, I'm the biggest salesman for my company. They're going to be like, oh God, this person's a dick. Especially with sales. If you performed, trust me, they're dying to ask you about it because if that's what they're looking for, they're going to ask. But they're going to ask what they're looking for. Don't assume that you know what they're looking for. This is like, I can give people jobs all day long. The wisdom is there. Be relatable, be friendly, be who they want to work with, not who they want to do the work. Be who they want to work with, not who they want to do the work. It's infinitely, that's the angle you always need to take. RFK confirmed. Oh, wait, what happened? What happened? Hey, wait, what? What'd I miss? I'm even checking Twitter today. He's the health secretary. Ah, very nice. I don't know much about him. Is that good or bad? What do y'all think? Your girlfriend got lucky with her current job. They didn't read about her CV. She was just telling what she did, and they asked questions. She just aced that. If I was hiring people that's working at my company, I'd want somebody that was eager to learn, that didn't know a lot. So you don't have to come in here and saying I know everything. Come in here and say I want to learn what you do, and I want to be like you, and I want to help you grow, kind of thing. And I'll see somebody's eager to adapt and be good at this, and that's okay. But mostly I care about working with someone who's not going to be a thorn in my side, working with someone that's not going to step all over my ideas, someone that's not going to go against the herd, someone that's going to enhance what I do. And it's like, so for me, it's all personality. I could train anybody to work for me, but I can't train you to be a cool person. 6110 Jacaria, yeah. There's some resistance there. He's in a carnivore diet and no seed oils. Yeah, seed oils are bad, though. Those are the bad oils. A lot of them are. Might be good for food choices. You know, I mean, like, you guys all seen the memes, like American food versus Europe food. Like the Fruit Loops in America are brighter and more vibrant, and in Europe, they're like muted colors. Because of all the dyes and shit. And it's like like in America, we just love poisoning ourselves, I think. James, you're in South Korea. If you learn the culture, you get hired. Your next destination is Vietnam. You love Asia. Yeah. Like, honestly, it's very culture and fitting in is very much an Eastern philosophy. Culture is everything, especially in the workplace. I worked for a Korean company before in my younger days. One of my engineering jobs is for a Korean company. You interview people for a living, and generally we can tell who is telling us what we want to hear versus genuine people giving genuine answers. So Mike, when you're interviewing people, do you find that candidates are better, like with what I was saying, is if they seem approachable, friendly, and easy to teach rather than them just kind of like bragging or bullshitting or telling you what you want to hear? Is it, from your perspective, is it an unattractive candidate? Like, how much does that hurt their chance? Definitely. Oh, okay. So now we have a professional interview saying that's kind of the way to go. Yeah, man. If you happen to find, like, if you're interviewed by an Aggie and you're an Aggie, the job is yours. You don't even have to do anything else. You could stumble in there and spill coffee all over the desk and pick your nose in the interview, and you're still gonna get the job. That's how life is. People like to bond with each other and be friendly and cool with each other, and people love to have their, something in common and relatable with people they work with. So, like, my first job, I was interviewed by a cougar, and I was a cougar. We both went to the same school, and it was an easy peasy. Happened to be actually the person that interviewed me kind of knew who I was, because I bought a book from them on a marketplace of a used textbook, and I ended up buying a book from them and just kind of stayed in touch. And then I went to interview. The person was like, "Hey, I know you." I was like, "Yeah, I bought your book." And he's like, "Yeah. Did you have fun? Did it work?" I was like, "Yeah, it was a book on fluid dynamics problem solving." It's actually when I was teaching fluid dynamics at the university as an undergrad, I taught a fluid dynamics workshop. So I used his book. It was a book full of practice problems, and I used his book to create practice problems for my students. I was like, "Yeah, the book totally helped me." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Dr. Henley's still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's still there." The interview was like that. They weren't grilling me on anything else. He knew I went to the same school he did. He knew I had the same competencies. I learned the same stuff. So there you go. How to switch from the charts and stocks to futures and Rocket Scooter. So with futures, you need to connect a futures account right here. Connections, connect your CQG account. Once you connect your CQG account, your futures data will come in if you buy it from your broker. So how I switch between the two is I create a watch list. I add my futures tickers at the bottom. I add my stock tickers here that I look at. So I can switch to SPY by clicking on it. I can switch to IWM by clicking on it. I can switch to NASDAQ futures by clicking on it. Just like that. But you have to have the data feeds. I have my stock data feed that I buy from Rocket Scooter. I have my futures data feed that I buy from AMP. Gonna make a video series for the math nerds and go in depth. I could. I wonder what I would do though. Each indicator like has a lot of meat to the dish. We can go into detail on a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think on when we would even do it. Maybe we could just all maybe we can have like a monthly meetup where we get together and drink whiskey and talk math, and we just talk about the deeper stuff. So RFK's the new health secretary, saw this food icing up. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Cancer mostly comes from inside your body. Your body cells mutate on their own. The probability of the mutations going up are external factors. They always are. It's stuff you put in your body. So people can get cancer by the random draw of dice. Your cells just replicate and don't stop. It happens. Genetic mutations. But typically your body kills off cancer cells. But you can put stuff in your body that can lower the probability of removing those cancer cells or increasing the frequency in which they replicate. And so what you put in, what you eat, what you breathe, what you absorb through your skin. For the most part, cancer rates went up in the 50s and 60s after a bunch of nuclear testing was done in certain areas and radioactive material was blown through the wind and deposited in a bunch of cities. A lot of cities had increased cancer rates due to radioactive material. So our nuclear testing in the United States actually increased the cancer rate as we proved that those things tend to create that. But what you eat is a big part of it. And it's not like what you eat is going to not give you cancer or give you cancer. It's all odds, right? The odds of two molecules colliding could be the chain reaction. And the odds are higher if you eat like shit. So, what's my favorite whiskey bourbon? Oh, ooh. Bourbon. I have a whole bourbon collection. That's the thing. I love Blanton's. That's a good one. Rowan's Creek is my mixer, my go-to mixer. One of my favorites is the Elmer T. Lee. I don't know if you had that. Some of my go-tos. My go-to rye is Whistle Pig 15 year. That's my favorite little go-to rye. Is Apex drawdown calculated at the end of the day, Lou? No, Apex is intraday drawdown. Water fast. Yeah, I want to learn what water fast is. Weller 12. Yeah, like the Weller, Weller had a 70-year anniversary bottle that they had for a while that this bar I went to in Houston had like a whole keg of it, and it was really, 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 really good. The owner of Whistle Pig bought your college after it closed? Oh, no way. Yeah, I've got like maybe like 40 bottles or so of bourbon. I've got a lot. I have a lot of favorites, but Rowan's Creek is the one I drink the most. I mix it and everything. I make all my old fashions with it. It's very inexpensive and it's really good. And I think it's also made by the Weller people. You might overlook the bottle because it doesn't look fancy, but it's worth it. I don't know if I can show alcohol on the stream. Oh, I don't think it goes against the YouTube. It goes against, yeah, that's right. YouTube doesn't let you show drugs and alcohol. So I can't show you a picture of the bottle, but take my word for it. It's really good. Jameson and soda. Not bad. I do like Japanese whiskeys. I have a yuzu sour is my favorite go-to drinks. It's made with whiskey, the Japanese whiskey, which is usually like more like a scotch. Usually single malts. It's like a scotchy sort of, peaty tasting whiskey. That's that. Plus star anise infused simple syrup. I make it all. So it's got that kind of licorice flavor and whiskey. Yuzu, which is kind of like a citrus juice. And then Cynar. If you guys ever had Cynar, it's an herbal liqueur that it's made of like a million different things, but it's like sweet and bitter and herbal all at the same time. And the mix of that together is by far my favorite cocktail. Yamazaki and Suntory, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lately, I've been going through like a gin phase. So like gin is my new love in life. I've been making grapefruit infused gin and tonics with the elderflower gin. The bottle is it's like red colored gin. It's at Empress 1908's elderflower rose. It's a red colored gin, and it goes perfect with grapefruit. The mix of the two is just like, yeah, gin and squirt, because squirt is grapefruit. Yeah. So this, what I do is I take grapefruit juice and mix it with sugar to make grapefruit simple syrup. Put some zest in there, strain it after it absorbs a little bit. It's just bitter grapefruit, and then I do the Empress Gin, the pink gin, the grapefruit, the tonic. It's like bitter and citrus. If you like bitter and citrus, which is like my jam, it's gonna be amazing. Cynar is artichoke based. Yeah, that's correct. There's an artichoke on the bottle. And Cynar by itself is really good. You wouldn't drink it by itself because it's thick like a syrup. It's really sweet. But as a mixer, it's like that. It's kind of hard to describe. It's sweet. It's definitely got artichoke in a base, but it's like it's sweet and slightly bitter. And it goes great with the star anise and anything sour. Sour and licorice, you might not think they go good together, but they do. I can give you all the recipe if I want in Discord, but you have to have all the stuff. So yuzu bottles I get imported. Literally, I get them imported. The kind that I like is really good. You have to get the kind that's fresh squeezed. You can't get the kind with preservatives because it ruins the drink. Let me give you the recipe. Hold on. I'm just gonna actually I'll just kind of paste it in chat. Now, this isn't a drink I invented. This is a drink recipe that I stole from the internet from a restaurant I like to go to. Here it is. And then on the top of the ice cube, put a star anise on it and then light it on fire and let it burn and then blow it out and you can smell the aroma. It's pretty good. That's my favorite drink I just posted in there, by the way. Yuzu sour. It's a take on a whiskey sour, but it's by far just like bombshell. Yeah. It's a good one. Again, I'll post the picture in Discord because I can't post alcohol in YouTube. You know, I got banned on YouTube for a day one time because they saw in my mini fridge there was ginger beer. Hold on. Yeah, I posted it in a market chat. That's what I'm talking about on stream. Hold on. I'll give you guys the recipe. It's really good. If you like whiskey and whiskey sours, it's by far like it's so fancy and neat. Okay. That's it. Yeah, so they saw like the word ginger beer on my stream, like in the mini fridge, and I got banned for a day for drugs and alcohol. And I was like, ginger beer is a soda. And they were like, oh, after further review, we'll unban your channel. I was like, damn, the word beer appeared on the can. Ginger beer. I was like, no, ginger beer is a soda, guys. That's how strict they are. So, if you go look at the YouTube, the picture in Discord, I even make the big square ice cubes for it. There's full-blown alcohol channels and they banned you after that. I think it's like consuming alcohol is what it was. And this was at the time. I don't know now, but I don't risk it. I think it's because you have to be I don't know what it is, but it was like drugs and alcohol. So I don't know how it works on YouTube now. Maybe they changed the rules. Literally got banned for a day because the word beer appeared in my background of my mini fridge. So, and again, that was many years ago. So if their policies change or not, but I don't risk it. But go look at that picture in Discord. It is a neat cocktail. It's cool looking too. Okay, guys. So really nothing else going from here. But see, I don't short a bull market. You know, while the DD bands, it does like to tuck in. As you see, there's the high volume at the spike. There's the volume increase on the return. S&P still has some room to go. I would personally still be in the trade, but I can't make any more money. I've maxed out for the day, which is good. It's good to make your max for the day. I can't argue with $8,000. So that was really fun. I didn't do a lot of work for this either, which is also really good. I didn't take a lot of risk. Trump didn't blow me out with a tweet. I'm happy. Yeah, I don't know how the alcohol channels get away with it. Maybe there's a thing. I don't know. A thing you got to do. But I know for a fact their thing was like, yeah, you can't consume or show alcohol-related products on your channel. That was what the ban was for. I tried to log in. It's like your account has been suspended for violation of terms and conditions. I was like, what? But then but then it was like, okay, so who knows? And this was in 2019, maybe. And it was only for a day. Can I contact me on Discord? Yeah, you can. Just send me a message. Either that or they're not drinking the whiskey. I think that might be why. Like I said, I don't know. Let me look it up because I kind of want to know that. Can you show alcohol on YouTube channel? Avoid it. Okay, how strict is YouTube with videos? Reddit is saying, I see channels reviewing alcoholic beverages all the time. You can have it. It usually limits the ads you can run. So let me see, blah, 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 blah. Let me see what they really say. It's gonna, no, YouTube does not allow. Here we go. See, I was right. So I guess people are saying unless it's absolutely necessary or the fullest content of your channel, don't do it. Here's what AI said. No, YouTube doesn't allow content that shows alcohol consumption. That's exactly what they told me, especially to young audiences. YouTube doesn't allow alcohol-related advertising. YouTube's community guidelines for content encourages dangerous or illegal activities. Can't show minors drinking alcohol. Can't promote irresponsible alcohol consumption. Blah, 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 blah. So I don't know how people have alcohol-related or whiskey review channels other than that is the content of their channel. And I know when you designate your advertising policy that you have to state things like this so that you can't have a certain kind of advertising policy. Like you can't have minors watch your channel or advertisers have to know that your channel is alcohol themed. I don't know how they do it though. Yeah, there you go. That's what AI said. And that's what they told me too. So I don't know how they can do it. The big risky review channels are grandfathered? Possibly so. And they're probably not drinking the whiskey on the channel too. Yeah, it's crazy, right? That I got banned for that. Ginger beer. It was the blue, it wasn't even the good ginger beer. I had like the cheap stuff. It was the sugar-free blue cans. There's ginger beer at the top. Just for making Moscow Mules. You send me a message? All right, send me that message real quick. Everybody go tell Slacks. You hope he feels better. Slacks has been missing for a couple of days. He like threw his back out shoveling snow. Poor boy. Go give Slack some love. He works so hard for us. Hold on. Wait, actually, let me. ETF guys sent me something. They said, check it out. All right, all right. Let's see what we got. ETF. ETF's got a cool thing. Let's see what they say. All right. ETF fam, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, feeling the love. We also gearing up to launch something really big. 3 letters, endless possibilities. It's not what you think. DTF with ETF. Hold on. Let's give you some love. Let me show you here without leaking my whole Gmail here. What does DTF stand for? What does it stand for? Our newest ETF product designed to change the game for traders like you. No way. No way. Directive funded? What? Okay, I'm telling you, I love Directive funded. Straight up. The product at Tradeify, I won't lie, has been my favorite prop firm experience to date. Straight to funded, fuck the eval, it's good. ETF, Directive funded, paired with like a 90% sale, that'll put them right up at the top with everyone else that does DDF. That's great. Dude, amazing. Okay. What a cool hint. They sent me a message and said, hey, check out this thing we're doing. Oh my God, you guys got to hear about it. So this is just, I don't know if they sent this email to everybody or they just sent it to me. Did y'all get this email or is that just to me? Maybe everybody got it. Y'all got it? Okay. They were messaging me like, hey, did you see the email? Direct to funded. Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, direct to funded is the way to go. Like, screw the eval thing, screw the Apex thing. Direct to funded was the easiest and quickest I ever had. It's harder, slightly harder. But you skip the eval and it's end of the day drawdown, which makes it better. Better. So much better. Let me hype it up. Let me hype it up a little bit. Give some love to ETF. DTF. Dude, I love the play on words. That's a hilarious ad. They did a good job with that. All right, did you send me a message? You want to send me, whoever was asking to send a message, sorry, let me get you. Pending, hold on, all online. Message requests. I didn't get a message from you if you sent it to me. Did you write in the Discord or did you DM me? Hold on. Yeah, I got, oh shit, I need to give out the, yeah, I'm going to give those out today. The ETFs. I'm so horrible. I promise the minute I got the stream, I'm going to do it. Dude, I am excited to see direct to funded. That's awesome. I was hoping they would go down that route. Everybody needs to go down that route. That's the best way to do it. It costs a little more at front, but it's worth it. I pay like $600 or 500 something dollars for these Tradeify accounts. I 10x'd my money in like 12 days. I mean, it's like, it's expensive up front, but skipping the eval, skipping the trailing drawdown, there's no better way to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And in the trader funding world, you want to pay money to get rid of rules. And if you got the money to pay, get rid of the rules. $20 Apex may seem like the best way to go. But there's too many rules and too many ways to mess it up. All right, there's that that pullback. You see how, like, you know, most of the days will come back inside the band. I don't short it though. I never short the bull market, but this was basically why I exit my long trade at DD and then call it a day. You guys got to see that today. Whoever is asking to message me, did you send me a message? The person who messaged me said you need to chat. Hello. Hold on, let me see what you said. Can I contact you in Discord? That looks like Hebrew. Matt, hello. Is there a free trial on your membership? Yeah, it's 50% off of the first month, so $99. To the person whose name is in Hebrew that I can't read. What would you like me to call you? Quickest, easiest, slightly harder. Slightly harder. They're all hard. It's slightly harder because you have hard consistency and drawdown. Easier, sorry, not slightly harder. Let me start over. Slightly longer. Not harder, it's easier to trade. You pay the money to make it easier. It's longer with extra rules, as in 20% consistency limits how much you can win. And the end of the day drawdown keeps you from having, like, blowing up your account when you're winning. So, KJ calling me out here. Yeah, I said that wrong. When you straight to funded is easier. The easiest way to go, but it's the more expensive, but it takes a little longer. You don't usually get 20 accounts. Usually they max out at 5 with these prop firms. And it's very expensive up front. And the consistency rules are just a little tighter. Tradeify, I think, has the perfect balance of the rules that makes it... The challenging part is limiting your wins, which means all you need to do is have a high win rate to win them. Thankfully so, that's my style of trading. I need to have a bunch of base hits and no home runs. I need to make 1,000 to 2,000 a day, day after day after day after day, without blowing up the account. If I'm making $2,000 a day, there's no way I'm going to lose $6,000 that day to hit the drawdown. It's like I'd have to be an absolute gambler that day to hit the drawdown. I'm not going to do a lose 3 to make 1 trade in a single day. Our style is perfect. Perfect. Base hits, high win rate. 1-to-1. 1-to-1 or slightly greater than 1-to-1 profit to loss ratio. But the payouts are capped, and that's one of the things. Capped, but you have to stay in the game and adjust as you go. Like my new round 2 with Tradeify, I have to only make $4,500 instead of $9,000, also 20%. So I have to make less and less as time goes by. Your payouts kind of cap. Is there a promo code for the monthly package? Absolutely. It's built into the price on the platform. It's already going to be there. So let me give you the link to that. If you go here, the link will be here for you, bud. Just click this, and the discount's already built in. Wait, there's nothing like passing an eval in 2 days and throwing away your new funded account on day 1? No. Oh, that's not today. That was another day. Okay. What chapter of the course? What charter of the course? Oh, chapter. So usually at the start, immediately goes into betting. 1, 2, and 3 go into betting immediately. Class 3 is the biggest one on betting, which is liquidity maps. But they all have betting attached to them. Resilience changes position size. DD changes position size. So each of the classes in the first 10 or 11 focus heavily on betting. 3 is the biggest one. But the principles of why we do what we do must be understood from the first 2 classes. They're more conceptual than anything, but they do give you the statistics of the market and why we bet the way that we do. Number 1 and 2, classes 1 and 2 are what people call the mind blowers, like the mic drops. Like after 1 and 2, people are like, this is what I needed to hear. And it sets up the framework for all of them. So don't skip around. Cody says, what broker do I use? I use AMP inside of my Rocket Scooter platform for futures. I use Thinkorswim. I've used Thinkorswim in the past. I don't use it anymore. For general stock trading. Webull for options. And then I use Tradeify for all my funded programs. I see that double bottom 60.95. Yeah. On yes. Well, guys, it's been fun. Yeah, I love hanging out with y'all every single day. Hold on, we got to play the exit song again. I'm gonna call it. I hit my profit target. I can't make any more. I bust consistency. $8,000 today, not bad. Straight up. I called yesterday. So I said we're rallying today because we survived all this stuff. Market's gonna move up, and we're gonna continue to move up. All 3 greater market signals are bullish. We don't have the perfect volatility we want, so the market's still shaky throughout the day. And boy, oh boy, doesn't this hint and next Tuesday, giving us one of the best trading months we'll ever have. I hope we get that contango midpoint clobbered on the VIX, and we walk into the golden month, where all 5 of your greater market signals are set up for the bull side. The top 3 are bullish and directionally, and the bottom 2 VIX show us no sensitivity. That is the month where wealth is made. Hopefully we get a golden month. I'm excited to see it. We're getting close. Do I trade the same on Fridays or the rest of the week, KJ? Yeah, I do. I don't trade days any differently. The mechanisms are the same every day of the week. Even expirations don't really change what I do. When I get to a CAMP account, it shows me CQG demo account. Is that how it works? When you get the AMP account, AMP will give you CQG logins. And that login works with our platform. It shouldn't say demo account on our platform, though. But post a picture and tech support if you have any questions, and I'll walk you through it. But we're glad you guys tune in, hang out with us every single day. We had, again, a record-breaking stream. 463 max concurrent people. That's the biggest it's been since Rocket Scooter revamped 2 years ago. We used to have 1,000 to 1,500 people live many years ago until we stopped streaming on YouTube. But now we're going back. So let's hit that 500 this week. If we get to 500, IDOC promised to take me out for steaks. I really appreciate you guys being here. It's fun hanging out with y'all. You are my best friends. I love trading with y'all, teaching y'all, learning from y'all, and also being here sharing the fruits of labor here at Rockseer. This is a community-built project. The desire is to engineer new solutions for traders. Things that predict volume, not predict price. The stock market's random. Your choice making doesn't have to be. If you can find where the traders are, your decision making becomes more precise. Trade where the traders are. Don't chase price. Don't try to guess the stock market. We find points of liquidity. We act on them. We use probabilities to size our bets. It's like counting cards. Just for trading. All right, I'm out.